All right, here we go. And yeah, first 30 seconds, you probably didn't hear nothing from me, but hey, I'm the Seattle Black veteran. Uh, sorry, I got a new little kid around here. But anyway, I am the Seattle Black veteran. Welcome to my page again. And if you haven't heard of me, yes, I do apologize because I'm not here. I mean, I've been skipping 3, 4, 5 weeks and then I come on. Yes, it's okay though. But I appreciate you guys being here. So what we came to talk to you about today was the PACT Act. And I'll have to give you some lead up into this before we really get to this. So I am not a PACT Act recipient. I am not, and so it is my fault that I haven't been really staying abreast of these things. I got I ran into a brother who really he was a nice man. Shouts out to Paul. I ran into him and we are talking about he served in Desert Shield, Desert Storm. I'm not sure exactly which one, but he served. And so the thing is I wanted to when I talked with him, I was asking him about was he involved into the PACT Act, and this was known what the PACT Act is. Hmm. Um, actually, Joe Biden signed this in to where this operates different from what you're dealing with your normal claims. All right. Now, I'm gonna back this up, and then I'm gonna give you a four story, and then I'm gonna hit you with some questions that I've had, and I want you guys to drop either compliment or no compliments. I want you to drop questions that you have in the PACT Act, or what I'm gonna do is follow up, and I promise you this: it's not gonna be this long. I'm gonna follow up by having some brothers and sisters who have experienced some things with the PACT Act and whether they were dismayed or whether they triumphed, whether they're triumphant or not. I want to give a voice for you to just come up and say what's going on. We'll talk about that at a later point in time. Okay, so this is the thing. Geez Louise. Um, so I ran across a few people who spent time out in Desert Storm, and they have experienced these burn pits where they were by those burn pits. And I think it was, for me, I'm gonna give you two different stories, and I'm not saying the people that I ran into they'll fall into one of these other categories, but this is what it is. Either you are too brave or too gung ho to file for your benefits, or you're not informed what your benefits are. And so I say this, and I'm not saying this for um, I'm not saying this for anybody to take advantage of the system or use the system. I always have to put that out because I have found a lot of people want to use information to see how they can manipulate about the system. Yeah, if you're successful in that, God bless your soul and keep it moving. But I don't shake dice like that. That's just my what is it, caveat foreclosure, whatever. That's what it is. Okay, so when you are going to file, okay, this is. Let me pull this up on the screen here because I get off point. Please forgive me, brothers and sisters, because I'm ate up like a fork sandwich. You say ate up. All right, let me know. Let's get out of that one here. I want to get on. Let's get this screen pulled up here. I thought I had it up here. We'll see. Excellent. No, we won't do that. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna get this die off of here. Oh yeah, we don't want it on there. So let's go ahead and remove it. So what I want to actually show you is questions that I have, and I want to see if these questions line up to what questions that you may have. So if I can get it's just me. It's just me. Operator, struggle screaming as always. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We're gonna close that one. What that? Okay. All right. Let me just start off here. Okay. So one of the questions to put into your book, which I know is probably already one of the questions, and it is, how do I start a claim? Okay, I'm gonna go all the way down through these questions, and hopefully we can answer these. And if you're in here and you want to address these, then we can address these. How do I start a claim? It's one of the things. Will this affect my current disabilities? That's another question. Let me see. I got to bring this up here. Share screen. Let's go. No, because I want you guys to see these questions. I want you to write these down and take your time, do whatever. Okay. Share screen. Let's do this. And I'm going to go this one here. Oh, here we go. Okay, I want you to see the screen here. Okay, so if you can't see this, let me know. But these are the questions that I would ask. I was still going through a lot of these, but I had to come up and give you guys a lot because some of this information, if not all this information, has just been given out since the PACT Act. It's the point of getting this information to you and how fast you are getting it, and applying this process work with you. So the first one is, how do I start a claim? If you're dealing with the PACT Act, that's the question that you should ask. Okay, will this affect my current disabilities? That is a question that I believe that you should ask. I believe. I understand this. I'm not telling you what you should do and how you should do things. This is what I believe. Okay, how long does it take for my claim to be processed? These are questions you definitely should ask because, well, and we'll get into this in just a second, but we're going to get into this real quick. Okay. Let me see. Who is claiming what? So that means what type of claims that are being filed, what type of claims that are being processed, and what type of claims that are, that they're looking at seriously. So when you go, and I always try to inform brothers and sisters this. Understand what are the side effects of these particular illnesses. We'll get into that, and I'll tell you why that is important. Okay. And the other one is what's getting approved. So you want to know, like I say, well, that's a part of kind of like a caveat to what claims are being filed. So what claims are getting approved and what and how they're getting approved. We're going to get into that. Do you need a lawyer? We'll also get into that as well. Whether you need one or not. Pardon me. My tomato juice time. Be careful about drinking too much tomato juice, especially with beer in it. Too much salt. Okay, here we go. What's getting approved? What gets approved? Okay, do you need a lawyer? Paperwork. Now, you'd see me put things on the paperwork. Starting to see your doctor now. We're talking DD 214. We'll get into more of this. If you don't ask, then if you don't ask, you won't get nothing. We'll talk about that. Nothing. No is nothing you never heard before. The VA PACT Act and the performance. Brian Taylor Turner's up in the house. Salute to you, my brother. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in here, brother. And let me see. Where is my? I'm getting shut off over here. Yeah, there we go. All right. Salute to LT Brian Taylor. Salute to William Richardson Sr. Good evening to you, my brothers. Always good to see you here. We're going to give you the extra on that one there. And you brothers know that you are 100%. And yeah, here we go. The bomb. All right. I appreciate you, brothers. So we're talking about the PACT Act. Okay, you see the questions that I put on here. Now we're down to if you don't ask, you won't have focus. So we always say closed mouths don't get fed. We'll talk about that more as well. The PACT Act performance dashboard, which you need to be aware of as well. Now, I want your brothers who are watching and your sisters who are watching as well. You will probably have more to add in that. Please add it on to the chat. Patty J's up in the house. My beautiful sweetheart. I appreciate you, Patty J. Okay, you got to bounce up out of here. All right. But you brothers and sisters, you probably will have more to add to this. So we help each other by just passing the information along to each other. Okay. Okay. So then now we'll talk about that later on too. What claims are denied? All right. So, okay, so we see this up here now. All right, so let me get this back over here on me. We're going to do is, okay, so we see that up there now. Let me go back. I want you guys to, if you have more questions to add on there, wherever you are in your region, add on to those and be able to hopefully inform other brothers and sisters what's going on with the PACT Act. Now, I'm going to give you on the real. I have not experienced this. I've been talking to some brothers and sisters who have experienced this and very interesting conversations with them. And it's like, let me tell you, I'm not here to dog anybody or whatever. It's not about that. We have some of our brothers and sisters who are like, well, I'm not filing because I'm not experiencing. But the question is, and we'll get back to this here, is how do you know you're not experiencing these things? Are you aware of the side effects of these certain things that you may be experiencing? And so the thing is that I believe I would say this with any kind of disabilities, a lot of us, and I say this, and I don't say this to be rude or whatever, but these young MMA fighters who are in their 20s and 30s getting socked and punched in their heads, in their face, when they get into their 60s or 50s, uh, that's going to be starting to take a toll on them. Now, let's say this period, when you go into the military and you're exposed to intoxicants. I had a step uncle of mine. He used to work on cutting old submarines, cutting these things up. And he was inside the old submarines, which had asbestos. So he passed away. Now, this is the thing I want you to think about too. We're going to get into this. He passed away because of asbestos that got into his lungs. Now, I want you guys to think about this, and I'm getting you in hyper mode, is if you have a kid and you're suffering from asthma, you're suffering from heart conditions, we're going to get into this. How do you, when you wait until you're in your 60s or 50s, how do you know? So I want you to start thinking about this like you should be thinking about your careers in your life, where you probably want to work, where you want to be. All right, so let's get this started. All right, so let me get back to the list here. We're going to bring up a list here, and we're going to try to knock these out one by one. How do I start a claim? Let me get you over here. How do I start a claim? That was number one. How do you start a claim? Okay, so this is what the VA, I just received a phone call, and it was a phone call meeting about a week ago. And this is the VA in Seattle, Washington. I'm going to show you this too, because I want you to know this anywhere you are, whether you're in Seattle, Washington or not. You can go to a clinic that should be holding at your VA hospital or a near around, and you can still use your personal doctor if he can do a nexus letter for you. Okay, so when you go to your personal doctor, before you go, I want you to think about this. All right, let me flip you over to this page here. This is the VA PACT Act page, and I'm hoping you guys have seen this. If not, here we go. The VA PACT Act page. Let me see here. We get this on point here. Where's my page? Yeah, technical difficulties. Here we go. That's okay. We're gonna redo this, and I'm gonna pull you up this VA PACT Act page. I'm gonna stop this screen, and we're gonna come up, and we're gonna give you a screen. This is something I want you to be able to go and get. It's a 6-page document, and it's updated. If you guys haven't heard about it before, but it's updated every 2 weeks. Here we go. Let me go and grab this page for you here. I want presentation here. I appreciate all you guys who are here. I survived the Operation Desert Storm. I'm gonna put you up here, my brother. Let me see here. Let me get this share screen. Here it is. What we want to do. We want to share the screen here, and we want to get. Let me see here. We want to get this screen here. All right. I want to share this with you. Okay, this is the VA package. Let me first get in here. Let me get my brother Brian Turner. Thank you, my brother. What's up, everyone? I finally made a decision. I accept the G9 position. That's what I'm talking. Okay, all right, but and keep us abreast of that, my brother. I'm gonna stop between because this brother here, we were talking about GA position, government positions. Was online with some guy on Facebook. I'm gonna tell you, brothers and sisters, this, and I was brought to my attention by Mr. Brother LT Brian Turner. This brother is kind of rude and very dismissive about handling your situations and how if you want to go get a government job. I would say this: when you run across people like that, discontinue messing with them. You can go to work source. You get a good brother like Brian Turner here. He's fully military. His father. Hey, give shouts out to your father, OG military man. Respect. Um, yeah, and let's see, we got my brother Richard Wilson Sr. I've served in Operation Desert Storm, Desert Shield in August 2019 to 20. Yeah, okay, Operation Southern. Okay, right on. Okay, and salute to you, my brother. And please forgive me, I'm paraphrasing, but I got you. Salute to this brother too for everybody in here who has given their service. All right, so but I will say again, real quick before I move on, get with Brian. If Brian, my brother Brian Turner doesn't have a page, but when I come up here, I'm gonna try to get him to co-host with me, and we will start bringing this up, get him addressed in here. The Army Vet 420, shopping around, man, Big Daddy. What's up? Salute to you, my brother. Give my brother salute, Army Vet 420. Salute to you. Thanks for being here, my brother. All right. So yeah, and check out all these veterans. And I'm gonna tell you this, and this is why I say this. And I tell you guys, you don't see me up here a lot, but when I'm up here, I'm gonna be up here, and we're gonna get the full 411, and that is, I will not have every veteran, their journey is different from yours, even though we're heading in the same direction. We all want to get our 100% or our due benefits, and 100% is what we really like, but we want to get our due benefits. So it's to keep you motivated and keep you fighting to do your thing. Now, as we speak, and I always used to give this caveat before I got started, I'm not an attorney, nor do I play one on TV. I'm not a paralegal. I'm nothing. I'm giving you from my perspective, and I'm showing you some stuff that you probably would like to check out that can probably help you move forward in understanding. Look here, even if you do not think that you are probably should be awarded benefits, thinking and knowing is two different things. I would like to know whether I'm qualified or not for these benefits. And now I understand, because some people, well, the headaches is too much for that. Look here, going to a job for the rest of your life. Back in the day, it used to be 20 years. You can bust your ass and hopefully you can get a retirement. You can't get retirements from places unless you're a CEO or CFO, or you're in the upper echelon of the corporate office. Then you will get some benefits. You will get paid. Outside of that, you're working 24. You're working 8 hours, 40 hours or the pay period in order to get paid. Now, if you're going to get paid, get paid. And so my thing is this: if you went to a job and you were a worker and they said, well, okay, you got injured, we need to let you go. When you know you are entitled to something to sustain you, this is in America. All right. You can't try this in some other countries. Some other countries, you probably don't have to work as hard either. But right now, if you're a military veteran or a military personnel and you're out on a disability compensation, or you're out on disability charges, even if you're out on a honorable charge, you may have got injured where you should go and address these issues. Okay, back to PACT Act. Okay, so let's look at the PACT Act. When we're talking about this here, the PACT Act Performance Board. This is thing you should get at the VA. I didn't put these links down below, and I do apologize because I was actually not doing my due diligence, ate up, and that's my fault. So, but If you look at the top of this, you can see you see it's the VA. So if you type in the PACT Act Performance Board, I need you to go there, and it's going to start talking to you about what's been going on with the PACT Act, what's been published with the PACT Act. The PACT Act is a new law expanded VA health care and benefits to veterans who've been exposed to burn pits, Agent Orange, other toxic substances. All right, just that caveat off the top. Now you go, now what do I need to do to, you know, what is it that, and that's why I said, let's go back to this board here. And I want you guys to tell me this. Okay. So let's go back to this board here. Geez Louise, I popped it up and it just went off. So we talked about, how do I start a claim? How do I know I have a claim? That's one of the major things. You go, how do I know I have a claim? So how do you know if you have a claim or not? All right. So let's go over to this page here. Now, I want you to download this. This is a 6-page document, and it gets updated frequently. Everything will change on this document, I guarantee you, in 2 weeks. Okay, so if you are a veteran or family member surviving, survivors would like information about the PACT Act or the VA, please contact these numbers here. Okay, so I would say this: contact the numbers at your nearest VA. I mean, VA office. At this particular point in time, and I'm going to show you this shortly. I ran across a gentleman named Paul, really, really nice brother, really good brother. He was in these particular war situations where he was next to burn pits. He says, well, I'm not, I get headaches a lot. He says, but that's about what it is for me. And I'm like, well, and this is me talking, and this is how I talk. So, and I want you to understand where I'm coming from with this. I said, well, I believe that you should go and file anyway. You should go. And so what they're doing is this. Hold on. I'm going to bring this page up. I'm jumping all around here. Okay. So please forgive me. And I apologize. Okay. So I want you to go to this page as well. And this is going to be the VA news. Okay. I want you to go to the VA news and check your PACT Act claims if you had filed claims. We're getting ahead of the horse here. So let me flip over here. Yeah. Okay. So let's go to here. Okay. How do I know I have a claim? This is the page that's more, to me, is more informational. And as you can see, it was done in July 7th, 2023. All right. So we want to go to, I'm looking at, I read the highlights. Most of the things that I'm interested in too, though, is Veteran Survivor Trust. Okay. I want to know what the claims are. So let's go with what claims are getting approved and what claims are not getting approved, and then how are they going about getting approved. So this is one of the things, your claims or benefits. I want we'll get to that page here. Total PACT Act related claims, or total pending related claims, and this has gone up. This is at 3,900. This is 31.9, 39.1. Pardon me. And then we'll step over pending. Okay. Now look at here. This is the one thing that I think is important here. And I want you to grab up this page here because hypertension, vascular disease, look how much that is talking about. 117,034.5. Okay. And then allergies related. I want you to go. I'm going through this real quick. Bronchial. And look at the percentage. I want you to look at what percentages are being claimed. All right. Most frequent denials is no diagnosis. All right, we're going to go through this. We're going to go through this here. It's no diagnosis, not occurred, nor not occurred in service. So if it didn't happen while you were serving over there and you don't have the paperwork to prove it, that's, and that's the thing that comes under no diagnosis. Establishment by presumption. So if your DD 214 puts you into that particular area when these things are happening, It's going to cause more look on how much your exposure is. How many soldiers, I believe, this is my perspective, okay? How many soldiers or how many soldiers who were injured in that particular time that you were there? Let's say example, this is my example, and I'm not saying this is ironclad, is that if 550 soldiers out of 600 soldiers that were stationed there, and I was one that was stationed there, how many of us survive out of all those soldiers? It's a small percentage. Okay. So let's look into these particular diagnoses here. So we said hypertension, right? Let's go over here. All right. You see this up here. It's related to heart disease. All right. And this is on, you can go on YouTube, but talk to your doctors. Your doctor's going to weigh more on it than what I'm saying. Okay. And don't go in your doctor saying, well, he said this. Do your homework. I'm just trying to lead you into a path that maybe you probably are experiencing some of these things and you have not checked in on them. So check in on them, because do not wait until you're 60 years old and then talk about, I feel this now. These are the things that you should start addressing. Thank you, brother. Addressing if you're experiencing these things. And now, look, I'm gonna give you this here as a caveat. Okay, so let's go back to let's see, here we get back. Let's go back to okay, so we got that one. What is this? Allergies? Allergy rhythm. Let's go over here. Let's see what this is about. Okay, so what is that inherit? Do you see? And it's a simple research. Now, this is not saying gathering information to come and perpetrate a fraud. What I'm saying is, if you probably already experiencing some of these things and you're not aware that you are experiencing these things, you're thinking, let me tell you, I can tell you, I'm getting to go 60, and then people are like, and my people tell me you ain't old. But some of the things I'm experiencing, I go into some of my people who are older than me, doctor's office, and they go, yeah, what do you know about this? And I tell them, this is what I'm feeling. This is what's, and they're like, oh, wow, really? And then I express to them, this is what's been going on with me for a while, so, and these are the things, and I'm not saying get your brain wrapped around to where you just going, oh shit, this must be me. Don't get into the thing where your mind is taking you into a place that you're probably not, because I'm gonna tell you, being a disabled veteran, money should be where it is, because I should be making more money than what I'm making. This is people go, well, I said this is a bittersweet thing. It's sweet because I'm getting taken care of, because I got fucked up. Pardon my vernacular, I apologize. But if you are experiencing these things and you don't really, look, I could be pulling in 6 figures easily. Probably be some headaches, but 6 figures easily versus pulling in what I'm pulling in. But that's just what it is. I ain't mad about it, whatever. All right, here we go. All right, so with this particular symptoms, you see we're typing those in here. So I want you to go to this page, and this is the VA PACT Act Performance Board report. Okay. You can get it through here on the VA channel, and you don't have to log in. What I prefer for you to do is log in, and I come to this page here, and then I can log in and put my information here. I'm not getting all into that. Like one gentleman said, I ain't getting you in my information, but this is what I want you to do. If you want to get this information and find out where you may stand. Okay, we talk about the benefits. Total benefits survivors complaining for the PACT Act related. This is the total benefits of people who have received the PACT Act benefits. Claims approved. It's going to talk about the claims approved. Now, when we talk about the claims approved, we went down to come on, where we went down to this one here. Top most frequent conditions are the PACT Act related claims, right? number of claims, how many, number of issues, how many, percentage guaranteed, 80, denied, 20%. So then we step over here, we look at why some of these, this basically tell you why some are denied, no diagnosis that there are anything in there. And if you look over here, this is our diagnosis. All right. So let's go down to, what was this? Melitophaluxis. It has to do with sinus. It's a painful condition. I want you to go and look at that, but I want you to not just look at that. I want you to talk to your doctors about these things, because if you're actually experiencing these particular situations, your doctor needs to be aware of this, and this is where you could really start your claim of going, whether it's uh, by this August, they want a lot. They want you to be filing for this, and I strongly recommend this. Whether you have been, whether you've gotten out of your military deployment and you don't feel that this is not happening to me. I always say this: when you're 60 years old, could this be something that happened to you a long time ago? For some of the brothers who were dealing with asbestos, they weren't aware of it. Then when they got sick, then they should file for it. And this is when they started getting probably their back pay. All right, so let's get into this. Okay, so this is what we're talking about. So this is one of the other PACT Act things here. Let me give you some other information here. The VA news, we talked about that. I want you to go ahead and log into the VA news. Just type it in. It's going to bring you to the VA news, and you can check on your claims with PACT Act. And actually, from here, check your status of your PACT Act claim. And like I said, it'll bring you to this sheet here, how you can check your PACT Act of your claim. But what it's going to eventually actually do is sign in, sign in your account, and it's going to bring you here. Okay. So if you want to check your PACT Act claims, that's where you should go. All right, let me close that page. And then bring us back to this page. But this is also an important thing you need to get as far as status of knowing what it is that you're getting involved into, and how you can. Okay, so let me give you the real 411 as far as I'm concerned. If you don't know what symptoms that are getting more approved, or whether you have those symptoms, and this is where, what symptoms are they? You probably was stationed in the same place as Sergeant so-and-so or Private so-and-so. Now, Private so-and-so, who was even in the same platoon or division, they all were accepted to this, and now they're getting benefits, but you're going, nah, cool, I'm fine. I would suggest that you go get checked out, and continuously to get checked out every 3 months. The VA or the VA doctors, once you establish a doctor, period, every 3 months, they will check in on you unless there is some important reason that they need to check on you now. They're not going to check on you now. They're going to say, well, okay, we got him on a stable. He's doing this, it's right now, this is my patient. He's cool. And then all of a sudden something happens. Then they're going to, what the fuck? And they're going to see you sooner than just now. Now, every 3 months, you're going to get checked in on. And if something happens to you, you have to, I would say call your VA doctor or call your doctor and say, I would like to talk to you about this, and see what their diagnosis is about your particular issue. Because if you don't keep a paperwork trail about what's going on with you, here for the PACT Act, they're talking, let me see, I want to get this over here. Let me see here. We were talking about, they want to import into military independence, blah, 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 blah. Let's see this. Important. Okay, this has to do, I guess, with logging into the site there. Okay, so, but my thing is this. I think I know it's every 3 months that you're going to check going on, but I want you to snatch this page up. I want you to get the VA news, and I want you to get this page here. You can download it, that you can see on my side here is 6 pages, and it gives you a wealth of information. And I think one of the most important things too. Oh, and it asks you what their how they're doing with their services. Oh, and it also tells you um, what types of VAs are being, what type of claims and how they're being filed. Let me see if I can find that page for you. How they're being filed is going to tell you whether they're by email. Let me see, VA call center, VA PACT My Fitness, PACT, main menu. Okay. Let's see. Let's get over here. Let's get over here. I want to know how they're being filed. Website experience phones, the phone calls of how they can go through. You can call your local VA, and I would suggest that if you're totally asked out and you can't get out of your apartment or whatever, call your local VA. And ask them. And if you can't get a local VA, go to your local work source center and tell them that you need to apply for this PACT Act. We need you to apply by this August. This August will give you a back pay from the previous August in 2022. Let me see. Let me get over here. And it will, the back pay back pay is nice. It depends on your percentage or whatever. And they will talk to you about that, because back pay, that's another whole animal. You're going to look at your percentage levels, what you need to be paid for. Okay, so I just wanted to drop in real quick and kind of give you brothers and sisters this information. I want you to go to this page here. Let's go up to the top here. You can download this page. You can go to PACT Performance Board. Let's go. Let's click on the VA PACT and see what they have to say here. I think we're just there. So yeah. So don't go with that. Well, hold up. File your VA PACT claim by August the 9th of this year. All right. There's no deadline to apply for the PACT Act benefits, but if you file a PACT Act claim or quickly submit or your intent to file August 23rd, you may receive benefits backdated to August 10, 2010 or 2022. So don't wait. Okay. So this is a good thing. You're seeing this. And my thing is, just like I said, if you're serving in that particular realm, Desert Storm, Desert Shield, and you have a DD-214, or even where you were serving in, where you got Agent Orange back in Vietnam, if you have DD-214 reflects your part-time of service, when you serve that, you will have a serious look at what you're looking to deal with. Okay, and then it says file it for the disability on claims online. Now, this is a different animal here. It's not just like filing a regular claim. Filing a claim online for the PACT Act. I was listening to a VA from the Seattle, and they said the same thing as filing it between that time, August 9th of this year. You can get back paid for August 9th of last year. 1 second, please, for me. Trying to be healthier. Watch out for that VA stuff. It's very salty. Okay, so you got that. And the thing is, you can get farther back claims further than that if you, I believe, if you were in Agent Orange. And from what the website, I want you guys to go to VA. If you go to YouTube, go to VA administration, I believe, and type in PACT Act as well, because you're going to get a lot of stuff straight from the horse's mouth. But the brothers and sisters like myself who are in the streets, you're going to get more what is actually, it's when you're, I always look at it, when you're in the military, the people in command are behind you and they're saying, no, this is how it should go down. But we're in the streets and we are feeling how this is going down. So this is why I give you guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, from my perspective, and it's not anybody who tells you that, oh, get out of here. My girl, OG Patrice is up in the house. Look here. I'm going to tell you, this is my girl right here. Old school for real. Love you, girl. Thank you for stopping by for just a minute. I know you're probably on the East Coast, but I appreciate you, dear heart. OG Patrice, 100% G. That's my girl. Never met her in person, but she's my YouTube street girl, and I appreciate you, sweetheart. And if you ever talk to Frank Gooden, tell him I said what's up. And I miss you and him out here on these streets, but I understand this is my first podcast, live YouTube. I think in probably about 3 weeks. So I hear you. I hear you. I'm gonna try to go hard in the paint and get some more stuff. I'm gonna come back. I'll talk about that. But it's so good to see you, beautiful. And salute to you. Salute to you. Salute to you. I appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you, OG Patrice. That's my girl. She's hard in the paint. So OG, if you got a page, just drop it on here and let some of my people here who I, because I'm like, I don't come out, let these people know, because she's real true school, West Coast girl from down south. Well, down south LA, I think it is. If not, that's my bag. But yeah, OG, drop it on there and let them know, because I have nothing but love for you, sweetie, and I appreciate you. That's my girl, 200, 5,000 G. All right, that's my girl. Okay, so if you're dealing with the PACT Act, if you served in there, now I want you guys to understand this too. If you are even a civilian who served on that Camp Lejeune, whatever, you can still file for getting money coming back to you. See how to file that, and talk with, if you are related to or married to a person who you served with in or around that post there. You can talk to their attorneys or talk with the people from their VA administration. Now, from what the VA says is that 97% of our people do not need attorneys. They can come in and file this. The major concerns was this. How do I file that? How do I file for it? Because you don't want to be spending, attorneys are like this. Let me give you on the real, because I dealt with too many god dang attorneys. Bittersweet relationships with these cats. This is what attorneys are. They will go, wow, give us your information and we will decide whether your information is going to make us some money. Not you, us. Because they will want a percentage out of whatever that you get. And if they do not want a percentage, they're going to ask you for $2,500 to up to $5,000 straight up front. But most of these cats are going to ask you for a percentage. And this is coming from an OG perspective. I dealt with too many attorneys, and I know how attorneys get down. So they're going to get money off either way it goes. Either you lose a case or you win a case. But most of these attorneys are going to take a case because they think they can win it. And nobody's going to take a case because they don't think they can win it. It's a waste of their time. All right. Most attorneys want to get paid $300 an hour. Most, unless they're young rookies. That's why you're going to come off of most attorneys going to cost you $2,500. Period. Boom. To look into your stuff. But what's going to happen is this, and I got to give you this on the real. I'm going too deep into this. You're going to be talking to a paralegal before you talk to an attorney. A paralegal is going to answer the phone, and she's going to listen to your shit, and she's going to, he or she, listen to your stuff, and they're going to make a decision whether they think that you have a case that they can present to the attorney. This is marching orders. Don't have these people calling me unless they have a case. And then what is the case? So they will, if you have experience time in Camp Lejeune or you have experience time at a PACT Act, but I want you to look at what is here we go, and forgive me, I'm getting into my rant zone. Okay, so let's go back over here, and let's go over here. So what the attorney's gonna be looking for is this right here. Did you see this right in this area right here? This is the top, and I don't like to use the top 5 either. I know the brothers say this. I don't, because it can switch to the top most frequent conditions on PACT Act related claims. These are the top, but let me tell you, it's not it. It's not it. These are the top that's getting the most claims now. That's not it, though. I'm telling you. A brother told me this. The top, he goes, "Oh man, congratulations, you got like 70% disability for PTSD. Oh, that's the highest." And then I get 100. So what was he talking to me about? Highest he've ever seen. Now I get 100. Now that's the highest he ever seen, right? And he's been doing this fighting for veterans for a while. Okay, so I really would like for you, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let me get to the beginning of this here. It's off the performance dashboard. Okay, you get this information and check it. Look at the date. This is on the 17th, the 7th of July this month. All right. So this is going to pop up again in 2 more weeks. I would not be surprised in 6 or 7 more weeks that you see this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different conditions. Now look at these conditions. What is holding the most? Look at the percentage on that. All right. Okay. Okay. This was holding the most. All right. So like I say, let's see. Let's get back to this because I know I jumped way off a topic here because I wanted to address. Okay, so our next one's how will this affect my current disabilities? Now, there was a major complaint and look into because people of color um, denied where complaints were denied. Boom, 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 boom. And I will give you a prime example here. And I know I probably was a part of the University of Yale's experiment. It took me from 1987 or 1889 to 2019 to get all my disabilities. Back paid. Back paid was good, but I can always say they don't pay you for pain and suffering while you're going through this. All right. So yes, you have to look into that. Okay, how long does it take for my process to get done here? Let's see. Let's go back to that sheet here that I gave you here. I think we talked about processing. Let's see. Accounts. Let's go back up. Submission and method. How long does the process? Total pending, PACT acting related claims. Oh, yeah, I know it's in here. I was looking at it just a minute ago, and I want you to look at this page here and go to the VA PACT Act performance dashboard. All right, and you can get this without logging into the VA. Let me see if I can up top here. As you can see up top here, I just highlighted that, and I should probably copy it down there for you. And I apologize, but you can get that through here. But this is going to be the old one, I'm pretty sure, according to that date. But this is where you're going to get information that's going to the VA. Okay, I'm gonna get more specific with it. I came up. I got to hear we get this, guys. This is to you because I'm way late on giving you this information. Okay, like I said, this is where you can go to the VA News, and you can just type it in the VA News Gov, and you can go down in here and it's just check my status of my PACT Act claims. But we talked about that. The PACT Act claims, you're really gonna have to go in. Oh yeah, this is what this is what it is. Let's go forward. So this is signing in. So the PACT Act claims, well, here it is. And sometimes they do close their user thing down for a while, but I don't think that's what's going on there. Sign in to create an account, and you can go in and sign in to create an account. Once you get in, I use this one here. And so once you get in there, you can always track your claim what happened to, and you can always see who is doing what with your claim as well. If you have an attorney or whatever. Okay. So this is what, if you're dealing with PACT Act, and the thing is this is what's more important. After listening to all my rambling and everything, this is what's more important. If you know people who are dealing with these issues, all right, and you know who are dealing with these issues, I would say give them some shouts out and some love out and say, hey, don't just check me out. I'm there's some other people on here who I got some of this information from because I'm trying to stay on the streets with dealing this. Oh, I got to give a shout out to all the VA people who are out here putting this information out. Check them out, especially if you go into PACT Act. Go into YouTube and put PACT Act 2023. I forget this brother's name. I want to say it's Max Videos or Max Disabilities. Um, very good information, and I give shouts out whether people like me or not. I'll tell you if they're dicks or whatever, but if they're going to give you information, that's where you should probably go out and check out some information. The thing is with veterans, this is why I feel is this. um, I could be charging, yeah, man, I could be doing that stuff, but the thing is, um, I didn't get any help. Um, the way I got help was actually being inquisitive, like you are doing. That's going on and saying, okay, what's going on? Let me see what's going on. Pass this information to other people, so we can help them. Okay. Our bottom line is what we always say. Well, we're trying to help veterans. Yes, we're in a capitalistic country, and I ain't mad about that. The only thing I can say I'm mad about is that people take their capitalism to not help people unless they're trying to look. We can make a better world by helping each other. Some, are more ingenuity than I am. Bill Gates, Basil, a lot of you probably listening, but the thing is, we have to be here to help each other. And what, thinking about that, let me say this, and I'm just going to step a sidebar real quick. OG Patrice, my beautiful sister who stepped up here, Frank Gooden. I don't know what happened to him, wherever. I believe he's doing good. He would bring these talented people up to do roles on his website, on his YouTube channel, and I thought that was super cool because I used to work with a place called what is it called? Veterans. It was down in LA, and it was Veterans Film and Television. So it's if you acronym that's Veterans Film, FVT. I think they're in New York as well. So if you're into well, right now everybody's going into strikes because the writers and the actors are going with those. I know some stunt people are going with that too. But if you're into that, I would say check out what those brothers there. And I would say this too, and it's not to put these guys on a soup dish with everybody else. A lot of people are envious or jealous of you trying to move past them. Look here. I didn't say all, I said a lot, and I do mean a lot. And my thing is, look, look, I don't, I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here. If you could tell anybody else to be here, like and subscribe. That will only tell me that hopefully I need to get off my ass and do more videos more often than every 2 or 3 or 4 weeks. But I don't like to get on here if I don't have nothing to give you or offer you. And I see these things and I watch these things go down, and I'm not proficient in the PACT Act, but I want to get you guys this information. And this is why I had my brother Brian Taylor, and I got to get with him. He came on, and any of you veterans, whatever you're experiencing, come and drop that knowledge on some of these cats here. And I would definitely try to get up here and do as much as I can. I got a emotional support cat, and that little girl is she's killing me softly. Love her to death, but God bless her, she kills me softly. I mean, and what I mean by that is this little kid here, good Lord. I got battle scars because I never had a cat before, but this is my first cat. Okay, I digress. Let's get off of that. So I want you to pay attention to what this page has to give you. The highlights, the benefits, extended care. What is what is the percentage? What is the amount? Total veteran survivors completed the PACT Act related claims. This is the total people who are surviving or are doing this, and it gives you all the numbers from there. And this is what the VA is calling themselves doing because they want to be transparent. Okay, and so if they're not transparent in your particular part of the country, in this country we call the United States, then you have a right to expound on that. I got some things I want to talk to you about again, with some other things. But okay, but this is benefits. The benefits of care. All right. Upcoming outreach calendars, what they're doing. Now, over in Seattle here, you can go to the VA clinic or the VA hospital and say, I'm here. I need to talk to somebody because I am a survivor of this particular plane, and I want to talk to them about the PACT Act. And they should have a clinic or a person. Now, I want you to get this understood. All right. Hard thing to navigate to or navigate through is because of this. I look at this, and I'm telling you from my perspective, when I talk to the VA, it's like talking to the police. You don't give too much information that's going to hurt you. Now, how do you know what information is just going to hurt you? You see this thing that I have up here, this little sheet I have up here. Okay. When you go through there, submitted the claims completed and non-PACT Act related. It's going to tell you that. Okay. And PACT Act related. All right. Look at this, a Columbia total. Look at this. I want you to see the numbers, but I don't want these numbers to make you afraid. I want these numbers and these perspectives, just like I was talking to you right here. The most frequent conditions on PACT Act related claims are, all right, and they show these right here. And I went over these things. So we went to hypertension. You could Google that. I want you to see what you're Googling, and I want you, don't take all this information in your own hands, because I would beg to say that a lot of us are not lawyers. I'm not an attorney. I cannot tell you, oh, this is what's ironclad. You can, no, that's not it. This information, notice I said this, information, it's here to help you educate yourself on what is going on. Look here. When you buy a car, especially a BMW or Mercedes, you're going to have to pay attention to the checkup dates. There's so many it's parts in a car that wear out at different times, and you have to have maintenance done at certain miles per hour. And so you go into the car dealership, what you should have your guy. If you don't have a guy, have a car dealership. And you own a BMW, a Mercedes, a Range Rover, a Bentley, a Lexus. Lexus run good. But if you go into there, you're going to know what kind of maintenance you need. And your owner's manual says, at this particular mileage, this needs to be addressed. Now, it comes on how hard you drove the car, but at that mileage says what it is. So let's go over here. When you're looking at the conditions that have been the most 5, and like I agree with this other brother. I don't like saying the 5 because as it moves along, they will start finding other conditions. I believe this. If you are starting to having headaches, and you're having headaches that are, impeding upon your personal life, start checking in with your doctor and start building up that paperwork. Because I promise you, no, I won't say this. I believe that in the next year or two, there's going to be about 3 or 4 more added onto this 5 here. All right. Because look, if these chemicals are affecting your blood situation, what's running to your brain, it may affect how you may be having headaches. And I would say this, don't wait until you're almost 60 years old in order to go, oh, you know what? This shit is really starting to hurt me. And I need to be looking into this. So with these top conditions here, and I went through them all. I want you to go through them all. That's going to be your homework for you. Going to the VA news is going to be your homework for you. This is going through this list here. You can download this, and it's for free. And you can get a free download every time it updates, which I think is 2 weeks. Okay. So with these conditions here, I want you to go through and look at the benefit experience, the claims submitted and completed, non and pro PACT Act related, PACT Act related and non PACT Act related. Okay. So I want you to look at these numbers too, and you'll start seeing these things are going up. These things are moving up. And when you go and look at these particular things, look here. Now I'm looking at hypertension, most of this heart disease, allergies. What's this one here? We want to go Muxland. Let's see. Well, are you guys reading this with me? So let's get it together. You guys get me on here. All right, which has to do with sinuses related, painful sinus related issues. Okay, so um, the thing is, this is what we should be doing, period. Normally, period. Especially if you're under 30 years old. Even you get over 30, it's going to be very imperative. You should be going to an annual checkup at least once a year. Now, if you are experiencing um, medical issues, you should be checking with your doctor. And most of your doctors, if they feel that these are not emergencies, most of them, this is just my opinion, they're going to contact you once every 3 months or set up with a program to contact you once every 3 months. Okay. If you are going through medical issues, you're going to have to be looking at this stuff, period. All right. Let me see. Let's get you back to here. All right. So now these are the conditions. These tell you how much. Okay. Web experience by phone. The phone experiences, they're going to tell you. You can check on the side here. Let me see here. Most of I thought I saw one by claims, and the claims were telling you what most people use to file claims. Was it through a attorney? Was it through just calling the phone and doing an online application? What you can do. You have those options of going through that. But let me tell you this, and this is all in the whole bottom line of things here. All right. Let's get rid of this here. I had a phone call. Well, no, I had a phone call and I had a talk with a good brother here. My thing was this. This is how it could be. As a disabled veteran, if you have been, I met a guy who was a ranger, shot 3-4 times. Nah, I don't need that shit. Really? So my thing was maybe because he still is single. Because the thing is, if you are married or if you have kids, your benefits can help send your kids to college. Now, we talk about generational wealth, politician wise. Well, it's not. I'm going to put it there. We talk about generational wealth because we leave our kids, our grandkids, something so they don't have to struggle as hard as we do. And I talked about this on another video, about people trying to be all macho man and all that bullshit. Let it go. All right. That stuff there will not get you far. All right. I would say this, whether it gets too far or not, what does it leave your kids, your grandkids? Look, a lot of us have, bad relationships with our family members or whatever, but your lineage is your lineage, and most people act like they don't care about that. My thing is, I would call bullshit on it, and if you don't care about it, what's your issue? What's your problem? Take care of your people. Let me give you some old school talk on this stuff right here. I was a drill sergeant. I was honored infantry soldier. I was honored drill sergeant. Those days, I appreciate. But when it comes to my family, where are we? What are we doing? And I understand Look, um, it stuff can be hard out here. Hard, especially when you're going in the paint. Some of us lay back in the 3-point shooting lane and go, hopefully I can drive in and get this done. But let me tell you this on the real. If you are entitled to these benefits and you haven't looked into them, um, my perspective, you know better than a soldier who came in and just didn't give a damn and got sent to jail or sent to prison and then went out. If you want to be something towards your family, be something towards you. Look here. I don't have a lot of kids. I have one son who claims he don't want to claim me. That's his on him. I ain't mad at whatever. It's shit. But at the end of the day, where do you want to be? The thing is, if you served, you should be looking into whatever benefits that you are entitled to. People go, "Oh, what benefits that I'm entitled to?" I'm giving you some seeds to go to your work source and say, here's my DD 214. This is what happened to me. Am I entitled to any benefits? And I promise you, I've been saying I was going to do this for a couple of weeks, but I'm going to go out to the work source because at my age now, I'm not trying to work. I would love to work. So I'm contradicting myself. I would love to work. Really, I would. But these medications and everything that's impeding upon my process. Okay, cool. I mean, I'm getting paid. But I don't believe what I'm getting paid is enough of what I want to be paid. So this is the thing. And so this is real talk. Oh, one thing too, if any of you guys hear from the first Magnum, tell them to get a hold of me. I'm worried about that, brother. Military Army brother, and I appreciate you. Okay, but let's get back into this. If you're entitled to getting benefits and you don't look into that, it's like having a bunch of lottery tickets unscratched. You never know until you inquire. All right. And that's my thing, is to keep your brothers and sisters motivated to do your thing. And I'm gonna tell you, one of the reasons you don't see me on here out of several is because a lot of brothers and sisters, well, a lot of people in this world society, if they're not listening to drama, bullshit, something going down and hurting, I can talk to you about that. And I got a few videos I can really get into about that. But when you're giving some people some, if I came on here and go, hey, if you want to make $106,000 a month, all you have to do is check out my program. A lot of people come check it out. But if I go, hey, check this out, this is all you got to do, and you ain't got to pay me nothing. Go down, check this person out. Go and look at this particular website. Go and do this, and let me know. Come back and say, did it help me? Go look at this page. This page here will give you more benefit information that a lot of people will give you on the YouTube channels. The question is, you know how to navigate through it, but it says it simply, what it's going through. And I want you to go and, like I say, go and look at the VA, the veterans news. And like I say, if you don't want to go into an office, this is one of the ways. We just went through this. The hyperlink here, you can go in and check on, and you click on this here, and you could check on it, and it brings you into, and you can log on to here, and it's going to ask you your information. I might be down right now, but hold on, let's see what it is. It used to be VA benefits, and now it's va.gov. So yeah, so right now it's probably down right now. I'm not reading through it all, and I do apologize. But yeah, no, this is where you can go and get this information. All right, so you go here. I just have it on here. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I just zoned out of it. Okay, but yeah, this here, go under this here. And I want each and every one of, if you have any questions, I want you to do this. hit me in here, and I'll start checking out because I'm gonna get on this. I'm gonna try to go hard to paint with this. I just got a new cat, and let me show you this little beautiful baby. She's how can I say, she's a sweetheart. Kind of drive me up the wall, but she's my baby girl, and love her very much. Let me see here. Let me see here. Let's go over here and see if I can get into this joint here. Okay, well, I won't get into it now. But anyway, okay, so I'm gonna say this and I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna come back on here and we're gonna talk again real soon. Please believe me, I keep saying it. Well, when I say it, I do it. But I'm gonna talk to you real soon. I'm gonna leave my setup here. And when we talk, I'm gonna talk to you about some things that I believe that we should be looking at. And I'm trying to bring you guys more enlightening things, but I'm going to bring up a new web channel and I'll let you know what it's going to be. I talked to African Dreaming about this about 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Yeah, shouts out to African Dreaming. Shout out OG Patrice. Shout out to my girl, Michelle Denise. Love you. To LT, the lead attorney. Thank you guys. And I know I'm always forgetting some people, and I appreciate you guys, each and every one of you. Brian Taylor for showing up. Brother Williams Richard Sr. Congrats. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, and I appreciate what you guys are doing. And Brian Taylor, we got to get together and talk about, well, when you get a chance, what you can convey to these brothers about interviews and the whole process. And you took the GS9. I know you're going to be a GS10 or 12 shortly because you're a very intelligent brother and we support you over here. All right, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you. I am going to get off of here. I got to do my cat. Let me see if I can show you this little knucklehead here. She's a sweetheart. And let me see here. Remove this page here. Let me see if I can get her up here. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys about emotional support cats or pets. I've never had a cat before, so this is my first cat. And oh, good Lord, this girl is she's a sweetheart, but boy, oh boy, different from a dog, guys. Different from a dog. I don't know if your brother's that old a cat. Let me see if I can bring her up here. But yeah, she's good Lord. She's a handful, but you know, she's a cat. And she's actually she's up to giving me my battle marks dealing with her. But let me see here, Dee Dee. But yeah, let me see her here. We get her up here if I can. Then we'll just move on. Oh, here she is. Dee Dee. Let's see. Come on. Yeah. Commuter moving slow. Yeah. So I bought a MacBook Air. I got to get you guys on that because I do a lot of studio productions here. And please believe me, I haven't been doing a lot lately. But let me see. I got 2 keyboards, a MacBook Air versus the MacBook Air versus the MacBook Pro. All right. And so the MacBook Pro, I'll give you this heads up already. The MacBook Pro is supposed to have a fan in it so it can handle by cooling down a lot of task if you're going to be editing videos, editing music, and doing all these things at one time. A MacBook Pro is what you're going to need. Now you can, if you are okay, you can use a MacBook book. My last 2 computers have been MacBooks. MacBook Air, the MacBook Air, I got it off of Amazon, and I think I bought it for $1,400. And you can do payments on it through Amazon if that's what you desire. If you already if you already have an Amazon thing. But I would say this with the MacBook Air, I'm using it honestly just to do music productions on it. So I'll show you this, guys. This next week I'm on this computer here. And so I have 2 more computers in here, but I would say this for the MacBook Air, it can get you done in your production if you really want to, do a production that's not major like editing. If you were going into Final Cut Pro and doing major music editing or major video editing, I would suggest that you get a MacBook Pro. And you can get away doing a MacBook Pro versus a Mac Pro if you're doing that. But if you're in big time editing, you already know it. Most big time editors I know are using 3 or 4 Mac Pros and not using no MacBooks. for that. So these are the things that you can use. In Rodecaster, as far as the new Rodecaster, they have a Rodecaster, and I'm using the Rodecaster from 2 years ago. I have two of them. And versus the newer one right now, the other one, Rodecaster Pro, I believe it is, it's costing probably extra $100, $200. If it's not broke, don't fix it, because pretty much you get the same audio. The thing that with MacBook or with Rocasters, they come with a preset, and the presets on what your tones, bass lines, and mid ranges are supposed to be, and so a lot of it's going to depend on your microphone too. And you guys can see this here. This is a Shure microphone, which is actually doing good. A condenser microphone that's been doing good for recording. So if you're looking at microphones, look at a condenser microphone. I believe these things are $200 or $300, $400. I don't know. I haven't bought it in a while. But if you can't squeeze that money out your pocket, Vanessa Kitty's in the house. Hold up. What's up, girl? It's so good to see you. It's good to see you. Hang on, guys. 1 second. I'm going to be right back. I got to check the phone real quick. 1 second. Oh, right on. Vanessa Kitty, how you doing? The first Magnum, where have you been, man? What's up with you, boy? What's up with you, my brother? Pardon my vernacular. Hey, it's good to see you guys both in here. Vanessa Kitty, did you do a drive-by? Hey, first Magnum, man. Yeah, we got a wrap. I got to catch up with you, man. Yeah, you guys are really good, because almost when I get ready to get off here, 1 second again, right back. Ay, yeah, yeah. Hey, missing you, my brother. I'm gonna drop a link for you to come up here. I don't know why this green screen starts acting kind of malnutrition after a while. I'm gonna drop this, man, because I want to hear from you, man. I haven't heard from you in a minute, and I even had people coming on saying, "Hey, what's up with the mag? We need to hear from him." So let me see here. Yes. All right, let's do this. Yeah, if you get a chance, if you want to come up, my brother, please come in here, and we'll wrap. Just find out how you and your doggies are doing, my man. I just got my second emotional support cat. My other one I had to put to sleep. He was getting old. Yeah, we'll talk about that. But anyway, I'm gonna tell you guys. I used to put my protein shake sometime in my tomato juice. I don't know if that's my flavor, but you have to watch out for that stuff. It's too salty, and it could make you swell in some parts, as you get older. But anyway, okay. So as we were talking about this, I was going to show you guys my support cat, and I would tell you with having an animal, be very aware and cautious of what you can do and how you can handle that animal. So our animals are, I believe it, they're, number life. Oh, no worries, my brother. Take your time. It's yeah, my little girl here. I don't know where she is here. I gotta watch out for her. I've never been a cat owner, but being a cat owner, uh, from a dog owner, it's a whole different thing. But I love all kind of animals. I am pretty much a Buddhist. I'm not a heavy practicing Buddhist, but I believe that all life should be. It's easy to take a life, but it's hard to preserve a life. So that's kind of one of the philosophies that I live on. And yeah, after even serving in the military, and but I think that's what helped me got a honor student for infantry and honor drill sergeant of the cycle. Is that I cared about life. Believe it or not, really. You hear how that sounds. I cared about life, and I got all those accolades while I was in the military. That's really interesting, but that's real talk. Let me see here. Let me get my girl down here, and because I got to hear from my brother, the Magnum, because yeah, I've been worried about that brother. He's a good brother. I don't really get off into a lot of other people's 411, but 411 back in the day for old school. But um, I try to listen, and I try to support because I think that's important. So let me see here. Here's my let me see. I better here and put this up before I get in trouble. Um, oh, come on, stop the bullshit. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well. Yeah. All right. I know what I'm doing wrong. This is StreamYard. That's what I asked you guys out there too. Hey, Vanessa, where you been? What's been going on with you? I want to know a topic because I was going to hit you up. I want a topic that you want to talk about over in your neck of the woods. um, I want to hear from each and every veteran what's going on with your claims, or your status. Is the hospital, the VA working with you? Is the VA actually, trying to help you get what you need to get going? Is the VA what is your particular thing? And if you know people who are still dealing with the VA, um, what have they been going through? Going to what's going on? I want to hear from you guys because it's not just, I say we are in the business of helping each other. And you know, some of us, and I believe this because I've been like this for a long time, believe that I'm the only one going through this. No, nobody can understand. And no, actually, move this camera around here. Actually, you're not the only one going through it. Um, um, you may feel like you're the only one going through it, but no, you're not. How you get through it and how you go through it, um, that's going to be your individual travel. It's like DNA. Everybody has different DNA, but look here. Um, you're still not alone. We're going to do another one on this here, and it's going to be actually about talking to people about keeping their hope and keeping whatever they're going through alive. If you think for any reason that it's been easy for anybody else, yes, for some, and I say that hell yes for some, but I'll move my camera around here. Yeah, I should have moved this earlier today, and I apologize, guys. But the thing is, if you, I tell people this, if you're over, hopefully, if you're not a rich spoiled brat, if you're over 20 years old, there's you've heard no before, and if you heard no before, most people, I ain't got no time to go through this. I ain't got no time. I'm like, really? Now, I would honestly tell you, I feel bad because sometimes I feel that because I'm getting 100% that, oh, I'm talking shit. No, I used to feel bad about that shit. I got you first, Magna. I'll get you up here in a second. I used to feel bad about that shit, but I'm gonna tell you this. I don't have no feeling bads about that because and when the first I started filing for my disabilities was in 1987. Some of you brothers and sisters haven't been born out here, and that's no disrespect. And I didn't get my disabilities until 2019. You add the years up, and I was getting told left and right, go fly a kite, pretty much. And so I went homeless. I'm on all these pills a day. And if I'm trying to give you information that will save you the time. This is why we're talking about. Let me move this over here. I don't know if I put my girl Dee Dee up here. I'm gonna take this off. Let's get out of there. Let's stop screen. All right, I got you coming up, Magnum. Got you. Okay, so when I talk to you guys about this, and I got to get this brother up here because I love this brother. He's a really cool brother. Let me see where we are. Let me see where are we. Here we go. Come on. Nope. We need this one here. All right. So when we talk to you about the PACT Act agreement and all this other stuff here, share screen. Let's get to the screen sharing. I wanted to get you over here. When we talk about how you can deal with the PACT Act, let me put this full screen for you. These are all the pages that you should be downloading. Okay. All right. And this is things I would say be carried about. All right, let me get my brother the first Magnum up here because I really want to talk to him about another thing. We're talking about the PACT Act, and I want you, ladies and gentlemen, to be aware of what this PACT Act is about. I want you to know, okay, where you can go and grab this information. Okay, we talked about and this you don't have to log into, but in order to get more information, I would encourage you to log into it. PACT Act dashboard is on the va.gov, but type in the PACT Act dashboard and then click that, and it'll bring you to this page. If you go into the va.gov, it's going to ask you to log in to get more information, which you should already be logged in. Okay, but anyway, once you get past that, so we're going to PACT Act. I want you to look up this information here. You see it's a PACT Act performance board, and you see it over on the left there. That's what you should look up for if you want to get information about the PACT Act. I want you to read through that slowly. Like I say, the benefits, and it breaks it down to you. This is so simple. It breaks it down. And I hate to say it's so simple because maybe it's just me. There's more people know more about it than I do, but I would say this, go through this. And if you have any questions, definitely get back with me on this. One thing, when we're looking at the benefits and we're looking at a claim submitted, we'd unpack that. But the thing is, mostly when you do this, one of the places that I want you to really look at is right in here. Okay. The top 5 most frequent, and I don't like to use the top 5 because I believe this, and I guarantee you within the next 3 years, it's going to change into top 6, 7, 8, or 9. I believe that. But if you're going to look at this is going to tell you what is getting what percentage. Now, when you look at these, like I say, I want you to go in. We look at hypertension and we go here. I want you to Google it. All right. Not only Google it, because I say Google it, not for you to go, oh, well, I can, fake or perpetrate. No, we don't do that. I want you to go and look, whoa, I'm having this experience. Oh, hell no. I need to look into, I need to talk to my doctor. If you're having this, so this is hypertension, heart disease, and that can lead you to a cardio respiratory. It can kill you. All right. All right. So it's going to be for you and you to look up this information and to talk with your doctors about this information. Okay. Here we go. The next one. Allergic. What does it say? Okay. Allergic algorithms. Am I getting it right or am I getting it wrong? You guys tell me. Okay. I am not a doctor, but okay. So let's see what the voice says. Huh. Oh yeah, it's gonna click over. Let's go back. All right. So we're gonna go back. Okay, but it should give you a proper enunciation of it, and it should tell you all of the things that are coming with that particular thing, with that particular diagnosis. Runny nose, stuffy nose, itching and watering of eyes. Okay. And it goes off into it. One of my brothers, I was talking to you, frequent headaches. All right. So let's say you were not getting headaches. You're like, I'm getting headaches like once every week or 2 weeks, but you used to never get it there. You should go to your doctor and talk to your doctor about that. And you're putting it down for documentation, because if it gets worse, then you were going talking to him before with that postnasal drip, fatigue, itching. Look, I want you to become aware of these diagnoses. All right. All right, hold up. I gotta get my brother first Magnum up here. Let me see. Let me get this back up here. I want to go over. Let me get these two out the way. First Magnum. We got to talk. Don't you go nowhere, brother. I appreciate you. Let me see. So we went over into the. All right. So we went into let's see. What's this next one here? All right. Maxillary cytosis. Is that what it says? I'm gonna get this on toward here. And all right. I hope you guys heard that. If not, we're gonna stop this. Okay, but go in and look at each of these different. Let me get this back over here. Look at what the side effects are for all these here. And it might be what you're going through. And if you're not, it's not what you're going through, thank God. One person told me all medical issues are mental. I'm like, yeah, right, okay, okay, but uh, so I want you to go in and look at each of these here, all right, and I want you to ask yourself, you know, in my experiences, and look at what the percentages is. My thing is, okay, allergies. What is this? This is what runny noses, stiffy noses. So this is what's been clocking the most uh disability ratings on there. All right. So, just for just for you to know. All right, hold up. Let me get my brother in here. Let me see. First man, what's up, brother?
What is going on? What is going on? Salute, my brother. How have you
Ooh,
been?
man, it's a good talking with you, man. Where have you been?
Man, I have been in the Bat Cave. I have a story to tell you. Um, First, thank you for having me on, of course. I really appreciate you
Appreciate you.
for everything that you've done so far. You've literally motivated me to keep pushing and to go after what you
Yeah.
know that the veterans deserve. And there was a point in time where, like I said, I had given up, and you gave me a lot of insight, a lot of perspective that allowed me to keep pushing forward, even though I had that sense of like be feeling like I was at a brick wall. So before I even get into it, I just really appreciate you for that. Um,
Respect. Appreciate you.
res- respect. So I think last time we talked, do you remember what my rating was?
You were at 10, and the last time I saw you, and it broke my heart because you were going through some things and you were worried about your babies at home.
Right.
So yeah, give me the full 411. You
Oh,
updated that rating.
oh man. Oh man, we got some. Oh.
Yeah, take your
All
time,
right. Well,
brother.
all right. First, good news or bad news?
Wherever you want to bring it.
All right. Good news first.
Roger that.
Um, I went from 10% to 60. So I'm at 60%. Um, I don't have the greatest memory, so I can't remember everything that
The worst. The
got
worst.
approved, but I think it was from like my knee and my back. Um,
I give you
but
this. Let me give you this. That's what I'm talking about. That's my man. Do your shit. Okay,
yeah.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's just it really was a shock when I first saw it, and it
To
really,
give you back pay?
yeah, got them back pay and everything.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And I'm also, putting my daughter under it and everything to make sure that, that's taking care of her.
That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
Right. So on top of that, the story I wanted to tell you about was, oh my God, when I went to the C&P exam.
Oh
So
God.
I think I had told you, I think I had told you I ended up, they put me in
An
a
ambulance.
psych, yeah, the psych
Yeah.
institution and all that. Right. So after all that stuff, everything happened, and um, essentially now I'm trying to get everything together as far as getting my baby girl, custody and but more time with her and things like that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess the bad news was I haven't, finished, getting there yet as far as with my baby girl. I haven't seen her, in a while,
Yeah.
um, but
That's
everything's, pressing forward, and I'm still moving forward. So that's the silver lining, the silver lining.
yeah. Right on. Okay. So okay. Man, I'm feeling you and I'm happy and I understand because you're still, life is what it is. We're gonna still have some things, some hurdles to jump through. But
Right.
um man, and I want everybody to listen. This is a young brother, a good brother. He's into making rhythms and beats. So if you need somebody to help hook you up with getting your you don't have to worry about royalty problems. Talk with the First Magnum.
Mhm.
But yeah, he's a brother. Was at 10%, and I felt and I knew that he should be more than that, and he had more to push it for. And if you listen to this brother's voice, he sounds a meek and humble person. And I know he's that. And I've met this brother, but ever since we've talked, I co-sign for that. And he loves his pets because he showed me his beautiful little baby last time I talked to him, and I'm glad you're 60. So each and every one of you, if you are here and you're a veteran, hit us the chat up and let him know this brother what his benefits have come to now. And it's not to overwhelm you, brother,
Mhm.
about your benefits, but it's just to let you know so what you can pursue is going towards your benefits. And
Right.
what state? Don't tell nobody county where, but just what state are you in?
Oh, I'm in Louisiana.
Okay, so if anybody's down there from the LA, the Louisiana, not LA,
The boot.
California, yeah,
The
hit that
boot.
brother up and let him know because now, and that's what's good too, is that when you got that 60%, um, when you get time, go on to va.gov and look at, or just type in
Mhm.
60% VA 60% benefits in Louisiana. Okay.
Mhm.
And you're going to get some stuff that's going to pop up. But mostly, I
Mhm.
want you to look at too is that if you want to start going to school and have them pay for it or them to train you for school, train you for a job, it's a chapter 31. It's a VRNA, but it's a look up chapter 31.
Chapter
And
31.
yeah, and they because a matter of fact, I was supposed to have a meeting with so I was thinking because what I'm going is going to audio engineering, which you know is AI is really messing with a lot. But
Mhm.
since I want to go to audio engineering, the VA chapter 31 will send you anywhere in the United States to go to a school that you want to go to. Okay. They
Mhm.
will pay for your books as well. So look at one of my things on here. I did chapter 31 in one of the previous videos. I need to do an update because as I'm finding out more about it, I know people who are um, 60, 70 plus who decide they wanted to go back to school and they got an elevation from to 60% like yourself. And
Mhm.
the thing also is um, you're go to a VA doctor, but when you go to a VA doctor, I always tell people it's like talking to the police. I have a good doctor, but it's like talking to the police. You have to be,
Uh-huh.
careful what you say, and I'm pretty sure now. Just a yes or no. I don't want you to elaborate because when you got elevated more, was it more for a mental or a physical? Was it mental, right?
For this one, it was physical. It was for my knee and my back. But
Oh,
the crazy part was,
right on,
right, for my
right on.
CMP exam, it was for my
All
neck and
right.
my back. But when they took me for
Mhm.
the, like, I told them about the gabapentin, that's why they took me to the facility. So
Really?
that's why it was kind of weird, because the
Mhm.
CMP exam that I took was for my back, and
Yeah.
he was just asking me, are you okay and everything, and you know,
Mhm.
I told him about that,
Ah,
GABA stuff, and that's when the whole
yeah,
hospital debacle, whatever that was, went down.
yeah.
But so now actually my I guess representatives are asking me for some type of uh it's a short word. I lost it. But
Mhm.
it's something that they're requesting like a statement from me for my next I guess
Nexus.
push. Yeah,
Uh,
something like Nexus
yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that.
Nexus letter.
Nexus
Yeah,
letter.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have to, I guess, I actually met a guy while I was out at a new place a friend of mine opened up around here. It's a lounge called Vibes
Mhm,
Lounge. And
mhm.
I met a guy who actually helps I guess prepare those types of uh
Cases.
letters.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Have you ever heard of that before?
Yeah, there's some because yeah. What is he saying about that though?
He was
Did
essentially
he say to
saying that
charge you?
no, he actually wanted to help me.
Oh,
The
great,
conversation came out of nowhere. It was
great.
weird how it came out because he was from New Orleans, and we just
Yeah.
struck up a conversation out of nowhere, and he just brought up the
Mhm.
fact that he helps with medical things, and I said, "Oh, really?" And I was like, something about VA came up, and he was like, and then he just said something that was like it clicked, like, yeah, he knows exactly what he's talking about because he knew that the VA kind of
Uh,
plays around. Like
mhm.
I didn't even bring it. In other words, I didn't even bring it up. He kind of just said it. So that's
He
how you
already
know
knew
when
it.
somebody knows
Yeah,
what they're talking about
yeah,
when you before you even like hint at it, they
yeah,
already know what to say. And I was like,
yeah,
yeah, he knows. So he was like,
yeah.
I can help you. I can write this letter and I can do this and do that. But
Wonderful.
yeah, but they normally said like, when you're getting help, they don't want people to know that you're getting help. But it's not easy. What they don't understand is that it's not easy for us to really vocalize what we went through. A lot of the
Yeah,
things that
yeah.
professionals they know the I
The
guess
jargon.
the
Yeah.
yeah, the jargon, the pattern of behavior,
Yep.
all of these things that we as the people going through it who have never been formally trained in these kind of things or didn't really have
Exactly.
extensive research in, they can
Mhm,
articulate or
mhm,
elaborate that on our
mhm.
behalf. And to see that they kind of shun that is kind of, disheartening,
Yeah,
because they want you to get help, but they don't want you to get help.
exactly. And you know what? And I'll say these two things, and I appreciate you, and I want you to continue. Is that this is one of the things that I'd say. I started my channel because people looking like me, we're not getting informed, and so it's to get us
Mhm.
informed. And I'm glad you're
Right.
sharing what you're sharing with me because that's very important. And I got to tell you this is I had like 3 or 4 people reach out and ask me what's going on with you because last time you
Hmm.
and I talk, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm like, and I had brothers and sisters, and I mean these the white to any other color. They were all asking what's going on with you, and I'm glad to hear you say, you got that 60% pushed up there, and I think you will get more, honestly. Um, that's my personal thing, and I'll talk to you about that later. But
Hmm.
yeah, man. So, anything else good, Dad, that you want to tell us? I mean, educate. I mean, but don't put your, keep your stuff kind of to your vest, because,
Right.
because I get people, who some people want to come up and clown or whatever. But my thing is, and I'm so happy to hear what you're saying, man. And it's super cool that
It
you're
is.
getting taken care of, man. And yeah, and yeah, we're gonna talk to you about getting that up, at
Mhm.
least to 90 to 100. And since you're a young man, yeah, you'll get to 100, I'm sure. But yeah, we're going to talk about that. One of the things is, so when did you, how long was it that you've been informed? I mean, like it's been months ago,
Um,
or
about a couple of months. So
okay,
during that
cool.
time, that's
All right.
essentially when I was getting everything together,
Mm,
and filling out all the documents and going back and forth. And
yeah.
one day I just went on there and I saw it, va.gov,
Yeah.
whatever it is. And it was
Yeah.
like, I wasn't intending on, seeing that. I just went on there and I was like, I had to
Whoa.
look at it like 5 times. Like I had to read it closely. Like, am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? I'm
Yeah.
just sitting there looking at it like this ain't what I think it is, right? Like I'm
Yeah.
seriously sitting here staring at it
Is
by
this a bank
myself,
error?
just, yeah, like, is
Yeah.
this some kind of weird glitch on my screen? Like, am I,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm literally, this is how I'm sitting here dumbfounded. And then
Yeah.
I realized, like, oh, I got my increase. Holy cow! Like, and it
Yeah.
was like, it was after all of these things that I had gone through, and like we were saying, don't feel defeated, don't feel like you're at a dead end.
Yeah.
Because when that had happened, I really felt like that. Like I didn't
Yeah.
know what to feel after that incident of going to that psych thing. But when I
Yeah.
came out and my, like, honestly, like when my dogs got better and things like that,
Yeah.
my disposition kind of got a little bit more at peace. And it was
Yeah.
kind of like, well, whether it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It was kind of like once I realized I was back home, everybody was okay. Then I
Yeah.
was like, okay, whatever happens, whatever. And then and
Yeah.
then
Exactly.
after a while, that pops up, and I was like, oh wow, okay, so
Yeah.
I guess I
Yeah.
gotta
I
keep
think
going.
we should have a moment because I know when I got my back pay, I was like, um, I'm hoping I got $10 to get lunch. And I went and put my card in and it said, I'm like, yeah, right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
All
for
right.
brothers who've never experienced that, that's a strange feeling,
Yes.
especially like we said, like you want to be productive, you want to work, you want to be
Yeah.
successful, and a lot of
Yeah.
things might be hampering you, and when you get that breath of fresh air, it really is a relief. It is.
Yes. It's so
So
you
that's
were
why I
so
say,
right about that.
if there's any 24, 25-year-old brother, Marine, Army, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard,
Mm.
Boy Scout, Goof
Yeah.
Troop.
Yeah, keep
Uh,
fighting. Keep fighting.
keep
Yeah.
fighting. Just keep. letting them know that, this was something that significantly impacted you. Do your
Yeah,
research, and hopefully, we can keep spreading this message, especially through you, because
I
like I
appreciate that.
said, none of this would have happened had I not actually gotten that perspective from you.
But you know what? And I appreciate you saying that. But I have to give it to you a lot, because I would say this: we don't get paid for the suffering and anxiety that we go through to get it, but you keep going, keep heading at that. And I'm so proud of you, my brother. I really, and I'm telling you, I hope you got my email. Because I was like, I'm looking for you. You better come up and holler at me. But no, yeah,
Yeah.
man. It's and I will tell you, when I get off properly, I'm gonna go and gather my tears and everything. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be so happy that you were getting, moving into that better category, and that you kept fighting, man. I had to give you that, brother, because a lot of people think that that, and you will testify that no matter what I said, your path was different, but the fight was the same.
Hmm.
Your path was different to
Hmm.
whereas, and especially when you're getting that for your back. And we'll talk about that. But yeah, and I'm so happy you shared. So you know when you other brothers and sisters are doing anything to keep fighting for yourself, this is why I really came one of the reasons I came to put up this channel. I get brothers like the first Magnum, and this brother, I've known him when I was at 200. I think I'm only at 4 or 5 because I don't come up here a lot, and that's my fault. Because I'm the same way when I'm dealing with my disabilities or whatever. um, I have the priorities, as taking care of myself. And man, I'm gonna tell you, I am so happy to hear from you. I really
That's why
am.
I jumped on as soon as I saw you on here. I was like, I can't miss this opportunity to talk to you again.
Brother, man. Because I remember when you were telling me you were going through that where they had you on the gurney and they were treating you like this, and all you wanted to do was get home and take care of your house, your babies. And
Right.
when I saw your baby with you, even Brian Turner, Patty, she came through and she's like, where's my dude? We need to hear from him. So hopefully everybody's hearing from them. But this brother, I mean, I'm telling you, from enlisted, I know another brother who's an officer, and we come together and we talk about our situations to heal and to elevate us to where we need to be. And this is what I say. And I'm so, man, brother, anytime, anywhere, because I'm gonna start trying to go hard in the paint and do this a little bit more. But to hear from you
Mhm.
and then hear what you're saying is so wonderful. What else would you like for people who are listening to know? And without giving, keep your cards close to your chest and give people what they need to know, just so they can keep pushing.
Oh yes. Well, what I can say is this: um, when you have people in your life who are pushing you forward, allow that to be your motivation. Don't let the voices of discouragement stop you from achieving that goal. Um, because it's not the same as the training you get when you're in the service. You're not trained to fight an enemy that's a known enemy on a battlefield that you can, send rounds down range to. This is a fight where you're trying to coordinate and cooperate with your own superiors, and I don't want to use the word govt, I don't want to, put it in the wrong perspective,
Yeah,
but
no, it's
but
what
it's
it's
true.
real.
It's the truth.
Yeah,
And I don't want
yeah,
to offend anyone, but it's just the honest truth. Um,
that's yeah.
and that fight is one that when you go in, a lot of us have this I don't want to say delusion, but we have this crystal clear or this pristine image of how it's supposed to go when you're in, and when you get out, you don't get that breakdown. You don't get
Yeah.
that crash course on, hey, you're about to get out the service. All of this squared away, tighten up,
Mm,
high speed, low drag, is
oh
about to
yeah.
come to a screeching halt right in front of your face.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so you have to be
Mm,
prepared for that when you come back out into the civilian world. And if you're not mentally prepared to accept, the world that you're fighting for,
yeah.
because it's not gonna
You
be
got
the same, huh?
no, go ahead. I'm sorry. Let me say this real quick. I'm sorry. I want to
Yeah,
cut
go
you
ahead.
off. I want to give shouts out to the goddamn bacon. My man, he's up here in Seattle as well. Actually, down in over in Pierce County. Bacon, man. I promise you, I'm gonna get with you. Yeah, I've been, low profile and just doing what I'm doing, and it's good to see you here, my brother, and I appreciate you. Anybody gets a chance, check out the goddamn bacon. He comes on later at night over here on the West Coast. So if you're still up, get a holler him. But yeah, go ahead, my brother. Mag, what were you saying? Please continue. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, no problem. So that fight that we're fighting is basically one that we're gonna have to keep digging our heels in until we get what we deserve. And
Yeah.
it's gonna be brick walls that hit you dead in your face, but just understand
Oh
that they're
God.
not real. They're not real,
Yeah.
they're just temporary, and you just have to keep pushing forward. As long as you keep that in your mind and surround yourself with people who are not just knowledgeable but know where to point you. Like I said, SBV, he pointed me in a direction that I didn't even think to look at the time. And because of that, I went down that direction. I put my head down, I ducked my heels in, and I got, you know, progress made. And as long as we keep making progress, that's what matters. You're not going to get everything you ask for right off the bat, but just keep
Yeah.
pushing and making progress, and you'll be fine.
Hey, you said it most 100%, my brother. And, you're a testimony to everything, my brother. And just keep rocking. And I say this too, and I'm glad the Mag said this as well, is, understand how much you can claw forward and how much you need to take back just a little bit so you can claw forward more. And most of it is gathering information into your cranium about is this working for me? Is this not working for me? And moving to a place where it's going to work for you. And yeah, man. And I would tell you, Maggie, and I appreciate you so much. I would tell you this. um, you is why you are why I do this page. And that's because just to see brothers like you go through it, but you're genuine, 100%, brother. I'm gonna tell you, and this brother had me crying because I saw him when he got back and he had his dog and said, "I just wanted to get back to my dog," and I'm like, "Right on, brother. That's what I'm talking about." Because I'm the same way, man. I got just get me back to my own little spot and let me
Hmm.
focus on what I gotta focus on. But I'm so glad, and you know what? Because I'm gonna tell you this, and it's not the bum rush your brain with everything. Uh,
Hmm.
Take your time and chill out. Um, I was talking to a gentleman who is in his 70s, and he just got 60%. And he says, "Do you know about uh, the VNRE?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "You can go to school, or they can train you for a job that you want to go to." So I would say this: I don't know how your living conditions are. You're gonna have to look at that because I know you're
Hmm.
into music, and now we got
Hmm.
AI coming out here. But
Right.
I'm going to be talking. I was supposed to talk to a counselor today, and it's with the Chapter
Uh-huh.
31, and
Hmm.
they will send you anywhere in the United States to go to an audio engineering school if you want to be on big boards. But do your research into that because over here, I hear that a place in Arizona offers you, they can set you up to have a room over there. And so I said, well, I got a emotional support cat. And if you have a dog, if you got one dog, they probably can see about setting you up. And I'm going to talk to these people
Hmm.
next Tuesday because this is the next step of it is that they want you to call and talk to people who are into the audio engineering prospects And if they are into that, because one is in Maryland, but they don't set you up with a school. The other's in Arizona that will set you up. But since AI has been coming into effect, I believe a lot of these people are
Mhm.
coming into some issues with it. But
Why you say
so
that?
this is the process. Pardon me.
Why do you say that there's going to be issues because of AI?
Because now, if you look at the Writers Guild in Hollywood, is going on
Right, they're
strike,
protesting.
and now,
Right.
the actors are going on strike. And one of the contingencies was AI cutting them out because what is this one here? Hold up. I got my green screen behind me, so I can't go far. Um,
Like using your likeness and
uh,
stuff.
yeah, well, actually, what they can do is say, I want to write some lyrics for a love song. And you'll come up with AI will give you all these different type of lyrics for a love song. And you can go in and say, I want to use this. There's another AI that can give you the chords for your love song. So you don't have to
Hmm.
really worry about trying to put your chords together. Um,
Hmm.
and so I won't say it takes us totally out of the box with it, but this is what they're coming with. But because, back in the day, well, still in the day, you have the large audio mixing boards, 42 channels, if
Uh-huh.
not more, the audio. But now you have the digital that they're trying to inculcate. They have been inculcating that with audio boards or the
Right.
analog boards, should I say? So the
Uh-huh.
analog boards with the MIDI,
Hmm.
these boards are now expanding out, and let me think
Right.
they can. They're expanding out, and so whereas now is uh, just easier for you to like. So if you are, and this is where the writing guild, if I wanted to find a lyric or a piece of speech, if I'm writing a thing about drama, it can
Hmm.
offer me about 30 or 40 different ones that are
Right.
highly recommended. So, it's like, what are the most chords that are played in the 70s? What are the most chords
Right.
played in the 80s and in the 90s?
Right.
And so,
I think it's F
so
sharp
now
or D
what are
sharp or something like that.
yeah, yeah. And
Hmm.
so now with these things here, it's a whole thing here. My buddy goddamn Bacon says I'm at a buddy house tonight. I was going to school under that program. Yeah. Um, yeah, because so focus on this. If they're gonna pay for you to send you there, don't worry about it. Go. um right now, just like you had a GI Bill, this is about as strong as a GI Bill if you didn't use it. You can say if you were at a techno institute by your home and you want to go to that techno institute by your home, they will pay for your computer paperwork. They would pay for all your books and shit like that for you to go to school.
Huh.
If you already have the knowledge for the job, they are better than working with work resources. They work with people in county, state, all over the world, all over the country, should I say. Mostly the work resources work within your county. These guys will
Hmm.
work with everybody around the United States. So um, it can get you into that as well. It's getting you into that job uh, that you might, I already have the qualifications, but I got to stand in line for all this and that. They will get you up
Hmm.
front with that. So look and just when you get a chance, type in chapter 31, veterans, chapter 31. What are the benefits? And it probably bring you to the US, the va.gov to get that answer. But I like what the Bacon says. He says, I'm at a buddy's house and I was going to school under that program. So, uh, yeah, and in state like Washington, it's you got a lot of benefits from that. But yeah, but check it out, and when you get your leisure, because you have a year to utilize that chapter 31, and that year means so. Let's say within 11 months or 10 months,
Hmm.
you get
Hmm.
another increase. It starts all over again. But just because it says a year, you can start like this is the thing. I'm dealing with this right now, this chapter 31, and I'm looking going
Uh-huh.
to auto engineering school. All right. We've been going through this for over a year, right? And It can go over a year. They're trying to get these cases through and get them done faster. But just for you to know when you started, you can wait until 10 months into right now from the time that you got your disability increase.
Uh-huh.
From that time you got 12 months to go to VNRE and start talking about that. And once you go to
Right.
VNRE, chapter 31, you can start talking. They'll have video conferences with you. I need to show you guys how this is conducted, but you'll have video conference with you and everything to get all that point. But I'm so happy for you because that 60% is giving you at least. I'm not trying to put your business on the street, but it's getting you well over 10%.
Right.
Right. And so, I
Right.
mean, everybody, they can go and look it up, but that
Right.
money, but we're talking about the benefits as well. And so,
And
and
oh, I had a
also,
question. I had a
go ahead.
question. Um, Something called HISA. Have you ever heard of that?
No, what is the acronyms of that HISA?
Something having to do with like repairing things around the home or like for
Hmm.
disability, like upgrading your shower or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Do you own your own home?
Yes.
Oh yeah, well, right on. Yeah, heck yeah, definitely. I haven't heard it because I don't know my home. I'm living in an apartment, but yeah, go in
Mhm.
and Google that and see what they're actually about, and then go into YouTube and
Mhm.
put his reviews, veterans reviews, and start getting more from that from YouTube. I'll tell you, this is what I would kind of start doing with that. On top of that,
Mhm.
if you want to get more sound, concrete sound to that is
Mhm.
look up work resources that's in your neighborhood. Work resources, almost like unemployment, but they have veteran administrative people there. And you can go and say, I want to talk to the work resource veteran about this program and what does it offer. And you're heading
Oh
to
yeah.
the right direction because you want to know what is this program about and what it offers and what it offers for you. Okay.
Mhm.
And yes, because you can get, from what I understand, you can get a free air condition, a free heater, hot water heater, all those basic things. You can even get installation into your walls. So look at that. I don't know what they do today. I remember
Wow.
I dealt with these guys over 50 years ago and they weren't even totally established. But Washington State, they will take care of their veterans in Washington State. Not, I mean,
Hmm.
they don't give you the 100% what do you call it, taxes off your house, like in
Mhm.
Texas or Florida. But
Mhm.
yeah, do that. Go into uh, and it follows for look for type in wherever you live and put work resources and see if they have a work resource or a veterans assistance program. But work resource, they are mandated to work and help you.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I never heard of it either before. Bacon, I yeah, I don't. In this
Maybe
town
this
that
is
has
something in Louisiana.
yeah, exactly. So do that. Look up that HESA, Louisiana State, and what is this program in Louisiana State, and see what it is. Yeah, because I haven't heard of it before up here. Oh, let me get Brian Turner up here and bring him in here. Welcome, Brian, brother Brian Taylor. How are you, sir?
God bless y'all. How y'all doing?
Oh, Brian, how you been,
Doing
bro?
wonderful.
Look,
How
y'all.
you doing?
I'm doing just fine. Look, what Seattle Black Vet telling y'all about this PACT Act? Get on it yesterday. That's a sixty
Yeah.
percent increase. If you can just find any type of verifiable proof you were exposed to Agent Orange, that's the first thing they do when you pick up the phone and you talk to the any VA clinic in any 50 in all 50 states. Come like, look,
Yep.
I don't even know what the hell that is, and I was in. Look, they're giving
Yep.
you a 60% increase. A 60%.
Right back.
Some of
Hold me
y'all
down.
at 40, 50% right now. That 60% could damn near give you 100% disability. That's $5,000 to $6,000 a month that you're missing out on. If you have the documentation, even if you might not, even if you were just working with it and never got exposed to it, all that is exposure. That
Wow.
60% is the difference between you making and losing over $5,000 to $6,000 a month in VA benefits.
So where'd you find all this out?
Oh man, I mean, doing my research and
Uh-huh.
doing a quick Google search, and also, man, I've been around the block once or twice. You heard me?
Yeah.
When I was in, I took care of my soldiers before they got out. I was never exposed to Agent Orange,
Hmm.
to my knowledge. Now, I would go back in my files, but Agent Orange is like, if I'm not mistaken, radiation. Basically. Like if you work for like radiology and chemicals and stuff like that, but bro, 60% is if for some people who are at 80% right now, ninety
Uh-huh.
percent, that's all you need right now to get that 100% disability. And what I'm
Hmm.
telling y'all is, even besides that, a lot of y'all need to look at your paperwork, bro. I just got my percentage up by 10% by some, and I got more to come. Just my paperwork I neglected just a couple years ago.
Congratulations.
And that's because by doing my due diligence, I organize, and not to be y'all dead or nothing like that. Get you a file cabinet.
Mm.
To a file cabinet, man. Keep everything. My mom got me using a file cabinet, bro. That's some old man type stuff, but yeah, when my soldiers got out, bro, I made sure they had all that stuff.
Right.
You know.
Well, that's good. Definitely want to keep your paperwork organized, keep track record of everything that you receive, everything that you send out, the people you talk to. Keep those things documented, and that way you can trace where you've been and kind of get a compass to where you're going. It's good to see your level of enthusiasm and vigor in your research because I was once that enthusiastic young man I hear talking to me right now. So I'm glad to hear someone else with that level of energy and try to bust a hole through the
No,
screen, man. Just keep pushing, keep motivating your
hey,
brothers around you and the others that are coming up behind you. Keep being that force for
hey,
good, okay?
Bro, and
hey,
yeah, and I appreciate that, but motivation is one thing. I'm just a realist, and my thing is, man, I'm not in this life to be a second placer. And any advantage you can get, and VA benefits are a tactical advantage, bro. 99% of the country don't have them.
oh
VA
no,
benefits are the VA benefits are the reason why I can get certain jobs that even people who went to Harvard can't get. VA benefits are
there
the
you
reason
go.
why even at my worst, which I'm never at my worst because I'm always making sure I'm good and I'm Gucci. They're the reason why even when I'm in between jobs, I got money coming in. Even though I just finished school, I just got hired at my first GS job. Well, I had a contract to get turned down because I
Right
wanted more
on.
stability. But tell y'all tell this. I'm not like if you can tell by the way I act, bro. I'm not an excuse maker. You know what I'm saying? I'm somebody who I want to see everybody win, and I don't want to hear nobody say what's against them. I don't want to hear
Mhm.
nobody say, bro. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what happened to you in the military. I don't care what hood you grew up in. Everybody needs to be a go getter.
Yeah.
Second place is not an option in this life.
I agree, but you've got to
Hey,
have empathy. Not everybody's coming from the same starting position. So some people they do need a little bit of a push. Your position, your role may not be to bring or lift those people up who may need to hear that, but you definitely have the vision and the resources in order to push and propel people forward. Now, if they grab onto your coattails and hold on as hard as they can, you know what I'm saying, that's up to them. But at least you're here to let them know, like, hey, I'm on this train. Either you're gonna jump on with me or you're gonna get left behind. There's no excuse because you let everybody know, hey, this train is here. So if they're not willing to hurry up and get their bags ready and get to the station and get ready to board, then they get left behind. So I understand where you're coming from, but there are a lot of people that don't have the emotional strength and just need to hear something that will get them out of that dark place. Some people are a little bit different in their ability to be convinced into what they can do. So I get where you coming from, and that is not something that is to be discounted at all. but there are definitely people that you have to have empathy for in order for them to be able to break loose from very dark places in this life.
Yeah.
I second that.
Yeah. Can I say this too? And this is why I say, um, uh, when we travel, um, we're traveling just like DNA. It's all different, but we're trying to get to the same road or to the same happiness. And this is why, like, look, I think, I got, both of you brothers have been essential to my life, and I would say this is because I get you brothers on both different sides of the field, but we're headed to the right place. And that's why, like, because even like when and I'll say this, when I talk to my LT Turner and his people, they're retired, uh, still out there and saying, if you are in this category, this is where you need to rock and you move. And then, I got my brother, the first Mag, has been rocking with me for, geez, I don't know how long, but it's been beautiful. And I will tell you, when I get off of the live and I go and do my life, just living my life, I'm like, I got both your brothers and uh, Hattie J, Vanessa Kitty. You guys, man, I had to stay humble, but but I have to keep rocking and moving forward as well. And
Right.
I love what because LT Brian Turner was on last time you came up on my spot, first Mac, and
Hmm.
he was one of the brothers. We were actually, hey, where's my man Mac on that? And yeah, you're gonna get some more people harder in the paint than what I am, but I mean, but
That's what we need.
it's respect. It's respect.
We need
Yeah,
it.
it's definitely exactly. We need that, and and that's why I say, and brothers, where you in the position where you are, we need that. We need to understand these things,
Hmm.
and I agree with what you say. Is um, some of us, going to need a little bit. I had a talk with a fraternity brother, and this brother's knee deep into like Greek mythology and everything, and I'm like, you got to teach some of us how to crawl before we can run or walk. And but what LT Turner say is right though, because when it comes to my page, we talked about this, and I used to work a GS job. I was a GS 5, and I think GS 5 or 6 is what they put. Border Patrol is what they're going to pay Border Patrol on. But if you are up in the nines or the tens, and then you go to wage grade, those are officers. And I would say this too because I have Vanessa Kitty who comes up here, and she is a beautiful person, and she'll give it to you from where it's coming from. And that's what I think. When we come to this page here, is that and what I say, I only can give you what I am, and hopefully it can help lead you to a better place. And so that's what we do here, lead each other to a better place, and we give it real. And that's why I much love and respect to you, and goddamn Bacon, my brother Brian Turner. Yeah, Brian, he's been rocking with me, and I love this brother. Is him and his father service, and just like because as a family, and I know the Bacon. He always asks, because I haven't seen you in a while because I've been, MIA. But that's what we're here to do, and that is, and I appreciate both of your brothers because you brothers can give knowledge, and we can give each other knowledge, and nobody's getting personal about it. And it's just it's cool because I'm gonna tell you guys this. Yeah, yeah, man. I had my mother went through a stroke 2 times. I had to
God
put my
bless you.
thank you, brother. Appreciate you. My emotional support animal. I had to put him to sleep, and so
Oh,
got another one here. And I'm telling
mhm.
you, brothers, I'm knocking on 60's door in a couple of months, and To hear you brothers talk and I got so much stuff we're gonna be rapping about, and I need you brothers in on it with me and keep bringing your perspectives, because I think
Absolutely.
this fucking hella good. Part of my vernacular, but I say that with all the ladies, the goddamn is bacon. Yeah, you guys, you're always welcome to come up here, and we can rap with it. But LT, I'm not pretty sure what you're saying about that, and I'm not going to put you up here on the spot now, but later on, we're going to 3 or 4 months the in the movie that you're going. I want to hear, what you feel about the process and how it helped you, or how it, where you are with that. And the same with you, First Mag. Now you got 60%. I want to hear from you later how these benefits that you newly arrived upon, and how you're going to, what's your next step? Because just
Right.
like Brian Taylor says, it's now that you got your 60%, brother, you can go and especially since you've been doing audio for a long time, there's a lot of places they can open you up in, and if you want more
Right.
schooling with it, or if you want a job with it, especially, like LT was saying, Brian Taylor was saying, Turner was saying, is that, um, you know, um, um, how do you go for a GS job, a government job? So that means that now that you're out, uh, and you got this new avenue to go to, you got an avenue to go to government, county, state jobs. um what kind of jobs should you be looking for,
Right.
if you're gonna be looking, because what is true, and I would say this to everyone, is that if you were getting 100%, say I'm getting 100% now, and that's about 3600 a month. Now go get a job, and the job I wanted to bring in 4,000 a month, so I can get myself in a six-figure range, doing this. And that's
Mhm.
what both for you brothers I want you to think about and know. And I think LT Turner is doing this 100% correct. uh,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm gonna start coming up so you brothers can come on and start tapping his ear, because it's when you're getting in your ear as well. First Mag, it's getting out there and seeing, now that I got this opportunities, what am I doing with these opportunities? How they working out for me, and can I get them the max? What am I doing
Let
to
me ask.
maximize? Yes, sir.
Let me interject. LT, you were saying something earlier about you had just recently got like a 10% increase while you were away SVP. He was bringing up something. Did you or were you able to go into detail on that?
No. Basically, I just brought up some old paperwork I had from a prior injury I had during my earlier stages of my career that basically I didn't document. But
Hmm.
it's kind of a tricky process because percentages aren't added up. Percentages are just calculated in, if that makes any sense. Percentages are basically thrown into a bit of a pot and they mix it up. Basically, you can get 10, even though I had a 10% increase, it's really more like an 8% increase. So for example, I was at 45, now I'm at 54. You know,
Hmm.
now I'm at 54%, and what's going on?
Wow.
No, not 54, like 55 or something like that. So basically,
Hmm.
it's just a matter of finding old paperwork and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
kind of a strenuous process because you're talking about paperwork dating back to the earlier stages of your career, which is why, as I mentioned again, it's important to have like a file cabinet, uh, put things away,
Yes.
make sure that you don't procrastinate on paperwork. Also, don't miss your VA appointments. I have a bad habit of doing that because sometimes life gets in the way, which is no excuse.
Yep.
Excuses are for failures. So,
Hmm.
no
Hmm.
excuses.
Hmm.
Just, hey, I missed it. Dust off, do it again. Get back in the batter's box. You know what I'm saying? So, don't miss your VA appointments. Try to schedule them. What I like to do is I like to put on a calendar what my VA appointments are. Cause my
Hmm.
mom be showing me sometimes, and and the biggest thing is, man, making sure that you understand that the VA is just like any other, it's just like any other entity, right? They're still a business at the end of the day. So their job is to just do admin stuff. They don't really care about you as the individual. If that makes any sense.
Hmm.
May I interrupt with that too? And pardon me, LT, is that He is 100% right, exactly what he says. And that is one, and start is do not miss your VA appointments because um, once you start missing VA appointments, it's showing that it can be taken either way. That you're not serious about your issues and your issues are not serious. So you have to watch about that. But do the VA appointments, and I agree with LT says too, is that you have to stay hard in the paint on what you're looking for. You know, and I always say this because I say this even at myself as 100%. I can't still sleep on anything. They calling me, and I was supposed to have an appointment with them today with the VNRE today, and they want
Mhm.
to send me to a vocational school anywhere in the country. So I have to get on there, and I sort of have to look at these schools, see what they offer. These schools are calling me back because they want the money, I think, but I have to still bring what I have, and I have to bring it into the paint, and I have to make myself concerned with this. Am I producing music, or I'm able to produce music like my man, the first Magnum, and can better? Um, and so that's when you get this opportunity, which you have, and I'm so proud of you of getting the opportunity. Stay hard in the paint about where you want to go and what you want to
Right.
do, and you hit me up, even the LT, because one thing I dig about it is um, the first LT, he is um, capitalizing off of his military. And honestly, the military is the only place you're going to get, or the government, the only place you're going to get a 20-year retirement. And so get your time up within that the government entity and try to maximize the money that you can make, because they're going to base that what they call the 36. They're going to base your retirement off the 36. And so if you get into government benefits, you can shop on the government posts or what have you. You're saving money left and right. Go and shop on exchange. You don't get charged. I mean, they got expensive stuff, but you don't get charged for taxes, and you don't get charged for delivery. And if you can get on posts and do your thing, so I would say this too, which is true. Like I say, you can even getting 60%, you can still clock over a six figure if you're out there getting your money and doing what you
Mhm.
do. You know, you can make that money. So I'm really proud to have both of you brothers up on here to give it from, because I tell people, I know people from officers, I know people from lieutenant colonel, I know people from colonels, all the way to E2s, E1s, and I get to listen. And our thing is, a lot of us should be motivated to maximizing what we can with what we have. And so it's what you have. And if you have that disability, and that's and you can still make 100%, and it's called 100% P&T, permanent and total disability, and you can still work. So you're making 3,600 a month, and then you go get another job that's bringing you 4,000 a month. You're in a six-figure income. After
Ladies
taxes,
and
you
hey,
be, but
my
go ahead.
bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. It's a slight
No,
lag.
you
Can you hear
fine,
me
sir.
now?
We hear
Um,
you.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
um, everyone. I mean, if you haven't heard yet, everyone here. Not to get off subject, but everybody here should. If you're looking for a way to get into the job field and have a technical advantage over people, I recommend people use Vet Tech. Um, Vet Tech is, in my opinion, the top tactical advantage there is right now in the United States. There is almost no other industry besides the United States military that'll pay for you to get certifications that'll make you competitively at give you
Ready to
competitive
go.
advantage in the job field like vet tech. Vet tech is going to lead to a lot of people having six-figure jobs. So
Hmm.
please utilize it before the military does something stupid and takes it away because too many people are using it and they don't want to pay for it. Um, I'm
Hmm.
actually been using vet tech right now for a certification to go along my graduate degree. So yeah, I hope people don't procrastinate on that.
Wow, I did not know about that. See, I don't know if you heard me. I did not know about that, so I really do appreciate the gem you just dropped right there, and hopefully, some other young veterans hear that.
Look, hey,
Hey,
Mag. Well,
brother, I
first off,
think
let
you're
me say
muted.
this.
I think
I'm
you're
man
muted.
enough to admit I do come off a little strong, and I want to
I
let you
think,
know, bro. If I came off the wrong way, I do apologize. Cause my thing is this, bro. It may not seem like it, cause the thing is, I've really worked on myself and stuff like that. But I'm from the hood too, bro.
mhm,
Um, like probably a lot of people in this chat might be right. I grew up the same way a lot of you did, poor. Um, well, I had my father in the life. We eventually worked hard and got out of our situation, but I want to let y'all know something, man. It's not my motivation to hurt people's feelings. It's my motivation to motivate people because I know what it's like when you don't have shit, and I know what it's like when it's hard to have stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, if I come off a certain way, I do apologize because I'm man enough to apologize, man. The thing is, when I was
hey,
in, I had a habit of being kind of tough on people because somebody was tough on me, and
right.
that's just how I was brought up. I was
Oh,
taught to
I've
be
been
hard.
talking by myself, huh?
Oh my
Yeah,
bad.
I said earlier, you didn't hear me. I said, hey, you're muted. So he's been going like talking to me and giving me his
I didn't even.
explanation,
I'm
and
lost.
you've been up there straight
Okay.
muted, just going out,
Oh
and
my
I'm just
bad.
like,
Man, I'm
when
running
he
my
figures
mouth.
out, eventually he'll figure out that he's muted.
I got it.
My
So
bad. I
it's
didn't
all
Okay,
good.
realize.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I said that earlier,
But
No,
but
yeah,
no,
man.
I'm
If I
listening
came
to what
off
you
kind of
said.
strong,
yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, my cat loves walking across my screen, and
yeah,
my support cat, right?
yeah,
No, thank you guys. No, yeah, I'm all messed up with it. You guys already know it, but I appreciate you guys holding me down, though. But yeah, I
yeah.
Yeah,
mean,
he was saying he comes off strong, and I think I can tell. I'm not I may be wrong, but it sounds like you got a Caribbean background, right?
No, I'm from New Orleans.
Oh, you from New Orleans,
you need
so
to
it's yeah,
say
if you from the boot,
next to you.
so yeah, that's
I
close
grew up in
enough.
Baton Rouge. Yeah, I grew up in Baton
It's,
Rouge, but I'm
it's
from New
close enough.
Orleans.
Trust me, it's
Nah,
close enough. The
nah,
people in
man.
New
Yeah,
Orleans and the people in the Caribbean behave the same way. But anyway, what I'm saying is that y'all have a tough exterior, and it's because of how you are brought up. You know what I'm saying? The people around you are always like you're forced to have thick skin. And a lot of people, they may have thick skin, but they may have had an experience that put a severe crack in their armor. So they may be tough, but there may have had an experience that has severely damaged them, that left them in a vulnerable position. And some people need to be restored before they can feel strong enough to move forward.
I agree.
So it's not, I'm not saying that you should be less tough, because they're being assertive and saying what you mean and what you need, what needs to be said, is necessary. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't say what you're saying. I'm just saying that keep in mind that not everyone is going to be as on the same starting line as you, or they may have already started, but they fell in. Like, imagine we all on the train tracks. We all have our different trains. SBV is already in Seattle somewhere. You in New Orleans. I'm like in Texas. So we all on different rails. Right now, you on the express line. I'm on the local line. So I'm stopping at each stop. You on the express line, you flying through. So whoever on the train with you gotta just go with you. You see what I'm saying? But the people on the local line, they're gonna hop on with me. They're gonna take a little trip. They might have to get off at a stop because whatever. Or they might, roll with me down to my destination. With SBV, he's over there in Seattle. There are people who are already in Seattle with him, but there are people who are trying to get to Seattle too. You get what I'm saying? So that's when he says that it's kind of like the DNA analogy he was using earlier. So everybody has their different lanes that they're moving through. That's your particular lane. You're in the express lane, and people in the express lane got to keep up with you. People in the local lane may have to get on at an express stop with you, and then they'll get on and take off with you. You see what I'm saying? So everybody's going to be at a different point. There's going to be people who are right where you at, and there's going to be people who are ahead of you and people who are behind. So you have to be aware of everyone's situation if you're going to lead them. But it depends on where you're going.
right. Yeah, it depends on where
Real.
you're going. Go ahead, LT.
No, I was just saying real. I'm no need to
Yeah,
explain. I'm not a big talker,
yeah.
y'all. I just make myself talk. I'm not a big talker.
No, no, no. You're
Well,
fine because
keep
LT.
up the keep dropping the info because that them gems is helping
No,
me.
Yeah,
no.
man.
I would say what you do to LT as well is that, um, and I understand both Magnum and LT because I was an E5 when I was a drill sergeant, and with my with my colonels who I ran into, and I was tied with a lot of LT lieutenant colonels, um, and um, their mission was this: either I got aboard or I'm going to be, doing the other shit. And I'm like, I hear you. And then when I was a DI, they had people who came into the military didn't have no freaking idea about the military. So I had to be that person that goes, okay, um, this I'm gonna make this shit work. And my peoples, my soldiers, they were my kids. I was in their ass and told them, you got to learn the military way because you signed up, and you signed up for the military way. So this is, and I'm gonna take it easy. Which I had people come in and tell me I wanted to quit. I said really, and I put them in the front lean and rest position. And so while they're in the front lean and rest position, I asked them, uh, "No, I don't want you to go up and down. I want you to tell me why you want to quit." And when that rubber meets the road, they were like, this fucking stress is too much. I'd rather go ahead and just troop the line. I said it's easier to troop the line with me because I had a 97% turnout rate for my soldiers making it through. And they came on to be good NCOs. Some I lost in over in the war, and it didn't make me feel good. But when my lieutenant colonel, I mean, I went out and hung out with him at one night, and he drank me under the table. He came over to my barracks and said, "Okay, come on, drill, let's go. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta get these soldiers squared away." And I'm like, once he put that shit out to me like that, and I was rocking with him, I was working 3 months for 7 days straight, 4 in the morning to 11 o'clock at night, wore my ass out. But I understood. I said, we, my lieutenant colonels from Fort Dix, they were like, um, and I had six E8 on my ass, making sure that and I had, I was like, okay, it burnt me the fuck out, honestly. But it was the best cycle that I had because we were 100% on the road, but they turned around in the back end and go, um, for you doing all this is what you are able, what we will do to help you move forward. But my lieutenant colonel retired, and I said, I'm retiring with you. I'm done. I said, I'm done with it. I mean, it was cold in the gang, but I would tell you this too, though, because yeah, we go. I'm gonna stay in your ass too, Max, because I know you capable, and I know you are you can do things beyond. Um, because when I first met you, we were talking when you were 10%, and I go, nah, you deserve more than that, brother. And we
Yep.
talked, and I'm like, so you're gonna get out there, you're gonna be making this 100. Um, uh, and
Hey,
if it was
Mag.
me, and go ahead,
Hey,
Mm.
LT.
Mag.
What's up?
I'm proud of you, man.
Thanks, bro.
I'm
Oh
Man,
proud
no,
of you, and I
it
love you,
was a
and I
lot.
I'm
love
with you.
and I love you, bro.
Love you too, bro.
I'm with you.
Stay up, man.
For
Thank
sure.
you,
Stay up,
LT.
man.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that, brother. And I will tell you, Brian Turner and even Patty J and a couple more people will ask me, where's your dude? We ain't heard from him. So, I told you this from the giddy. Um, I wish nothing but the best for you, and I'm gonna do everything we can do to get the best for you. And I would tell you, you got a civilian, Patty J, and the LT and myself from different perspectives of the rank, but I'm coming at you because you're a good brother, man, and
Well,
you keep it pushing. So
I appreciate that, but
go ahead.
y'all show love to the channel. Send me something to my Cash App. Hey, subscribe to my
You got a
channel
page up
because
now?
yeah, I actually do. I'm gonna be starting a podcast soon for this area for this part of Louisiana. By the way, I want you in on it, LT. Um, so when I do interviews and things like that, you will be one of the people I interview. Same with you, SBV. Um, so essentially, what I'll be doing is interviewing different local personalities and entrepreneurs and people like that in the area, and also setting up like a relationship type podcast and social podcast where we just communicate about um, the current, social environment and how we could interact better with one another, things like that. And
Hmm.
coming from the perspective of being somebody who's been in the military, who's traveled to different places, who's seen different cultures and perspectives, it's a lot easier for me to bring in different points of view and try to just slide them into the conversation to see how, different people respond to it, especially people who are not familiar with being in different cultures, being in a different environment, being in very rigid structures like the military. A lot of people aren't familiar with that, so it's a change of scenery or environment or perspective that they would never. A lot of people never even heard of before. So they heard of people in the Marines or people in the Army, but they don't understand how we think and the things that we've gone through that make us respond the way we respond to things, and a lot of that can be added into the perspectives that I give in my interviews with people. So with us having black veterans and veterans of all walks of life, but mainly with us here, we're three black men. So we get to have a perspective that's very unique to our own, just from us three, and being able to portray that to other people who have never had that experience, come from low ends of poverty, and never even thought of when they served in the military that there was something like benefits at 30% or benefits at 60%, being able to look after your children for, they don't know these things. They have no clue these things exist. So they go into the service, come out, and they, don't know what to do with the rest of themselves. I know a lot of homeless
Hey,
veterans.
Seattle
What's up, bro?
Black Vet, could you give him my email? I gotta go tuck my little nephew in. It's time for bed for him. I gotta go tuck him in and get him ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
All right, I'll
Hey,
forward
and
that to you. Hey,
hand him my email and give him my Instagram and also my phone number. You know how to.
okay,
I'm not hard to find. But let me go tuck my little nephew in. We
all
got
right.
a long drive. I'm actually going to DC tomorrow to go visit. Go check out my
All
new
right.
job.
Oh, really? Okay. All
Yeah.
right, my brother. I
Be
want you to
safe out
stay
there.
safe out there, and
No, thank you so
always
much.
LT, man, and
Mhm.
give your dad some love too from
Oh
the
yeah,
social
yeah,
street.
yeah. No
All right,
problem.
and
Thank y'all so
appreciate you.
much. God bless. Y'all stay
Salute
up.
to the
One
All right.
love.
extended family. You too.
Hey,
LT,
Peace,
one
man.
love.
before you leave, I want to catch up with you so we can all do a thing together. I'll get you both email on what I would like us to talk about. Okay,
No problem.
appreciate you, my brother, always, and stay safe. One more question: what's the last time you on Mr. Palmer's page? I haven't seen him up in a minute. Is he still
Uh,
going?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm really not an internet person like that. Like, I'm not into the internet. Like, I'll be
I hear
over there,
you.
and I'm not gonna lie to you. I only really be over there for the
Yeah.
entertainment. I actually talk to. I all like my perspective on the internet. I'm not gonna lie to you. I use for
Hmm.
entertainment. Like most of the time, unless it's
Exactly.
some veteran stuff or some sports stuff, I'm not really an internet person like that. Like when it comes to
I'm
social
with you.
issues, I'm in the streets with it. Like 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 I'm in the streets. That's how I am. Like I'm in the streets with it. Like when it comes to
I feel
social
you with
issues,
it.
man. Like
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
mean, don't get me wrong. It'd be some good stories
No.
with it. The reason why I never got into none of that stuff is because when it comes to my personal life, any issue I got,
Yeah.
I take it to the streets, to the real world. So I mean,
Exactly.
that's my mentality,
Exactly.
man. So,
I
but
feel you. I'm
yeah,
the same way on it. This why you brothers don't see me up here a lot because it's like
no, man, I don't. And no
yeah,
offense, I
but
love it. I love his platform, but I don't need the internet to mentor me on social issues between black people. Like,
Mm.
I
exactly.
mean, especially when it comes to women, like I mean, women. I mean, not to bad women, but women actually like me. They actually love me,
Hell
actually.
So
Yeah.
you'll be
No,
able to give
no,
you a
hey,
perspective on a lot of things, right?
Hell
yeah, I hear
yeah.
you.
Not even just that. I just anytime I got a problem with a woman, I just sit down. Either if she doesn't want to talk to me about it, that ain't the woman for me. And that's just how it
Exactly.
is, man. I don't care about no feminism shit like that. It does matter, but don't get me wrong though, man. I know what tribe I'm part of. Like, you know.
No, I
Well,
feel
hold
you. I
on,
feel
bro.
you on that.
Save that
Uh,
for the interview, man. Save that for the interview, bro.
yeah, no, we got to do that talk too because a lot of people think of veterans are suckers out here, and I'm like, no, dog. You know, for me,
No,
man. You know
man.
what?
Like,
Let me
no,
tell you
man. Don't
this,
use this
dog.
as no medium.
You know, I ain't. I'm not. I'm not.
Nah, say that for the interview.
No,
That's gonna
man.
be
Don't
good.
use
We're
the
gonna
No,
need
internet
that.
but
as
we're
no
gonna keep it
medium to
real
be mad
about
at girls,
our
bro. Come
V.
on now, bro. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, that's what the what do you call it? The serious crazy red pill gets into. Is I'm like, nah,
Oh
dog.
Lord, I don't
I
even
ain't got
watch
time
that.
for that bullshit.
I
We
don't even watch that stuff, man. I don't watch none of that stuff. Only reason why I heard about it, one of my soldiers was
mm,
on that stuff. He was a nerdy little dude, and I told him all the time. I said a lot of your issues can be
yeah.
fixed if you took a bath.
Mm.
It
A
put
lot
some
of red pill.
deodorant.
You know what you got to be careful though, because a lot of people put themselves under a label, and like say if I say I'm some kind of person, somebody else might say there's that kind of person, but they might have fringe beliefs that I don't believe in. So when you put the
No,
red pill into a space, there's a bunch of other people in there that are included that have fringe beliefs that don't apply. Like when you say, don't be mad at women and all that stuff, I 100% agree with you. But there are a lot of people in the red pill space, the manosphere, quote unquote, who will be like, yeah, you
yeah,
should be mad at women, blah 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 blah. I don't agree with
yeah,
that.
no,
I agree that you should
no.
just move on, move forward, and so forth and so on. But
We
your
got better
perspective
things to
would
do with our
definitely be
life.
something. Right, we do.
Yeah,
And that would be a good
no.
perspective that from young men, as you're talking, that's why I was saying save it for the interview. Because young men can hear what you're saying. Some men need to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, because and that's what I'm gonna let you go. LT is because we
Take your
talk
time.
about helping, benefiting. Um, if you are in this particular category, I would take it out of even if, and that's why when they're doing the page up, it's helping and benefiting because I'm 60 years old. I ain't got no time to play with all the bullshit. I mean, I can respect and understand some of the bullshit, but what is it doing to move your life to where you're comfortable? Like, look, let me. If I was talking to you and brother LT at the same time, and we're talking about, you know what? I don't like these bits. I don't know. I ain't got time for that shit. I'm like,
There's
okay,
only one other way you can be if you don't like girls. So I don't think a lot of these dudes want to take that route.
yeah,
So
Well, we don't want to go that far, but the point is that there's a lot of men don't hear men perspectives. So they don't hear us talking. They don't hear us like how we're just having this basic conversation right now. They've never heard no
and
men talk like this. So they need to
and
hear that.
no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so
Go ahead.
essentially, as we have these conversations, they'll get a perspective where, okay, it doesn't make sense for me to be upset. I need to be paying attention to what I can do to take care of myself. They will come. So that's what you're saying,
And,
but they need to hear it in a way where they understand. Some people understand, yo,
and this
stop
is
messing with that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna
Just
say
finish what you
essentially there's gonna be different ways where we can understand where we're coming from. So LT might have a perspective where a young man needs to hear what he had to say and wait the way he said it in order for them to get it. The same from somebody who's listening to what I'm saying. They may hear what I say and hear it from my perspective and get it. And they may
yeah.
hear it from you, SBV, and they'll be like, oh, now I get it. So that's why it's good to have different points of view on because everybody has their own journey, but they have their own conclusions that they may have come to, and there's a reason for that.
And that's why I really love both of you brothers very much. You bring it from the real, and you bring it because me as an older cat, I might some of my ideas might be outdated. You brothers bring it from the real of where you're bringing it from, and I really respect that because it kind of helps me to really talk a lot about, well, not a lot. It helps me to talk about um, separating the bullshit from the real shit.
Hmm.
And, because if I can sit here and talk to you and LT about, and to me, it's a perpetuating cycle. Oh, I hate this. I like this. 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 We're not going nowhere.
Right.
When we give somebody, and that's why I say from LT spot, from your spot to my spot, we're going enlisted NCO to officer. And so
Mhm.
now, what is in common with what we're talking about? What's in common is that we're talking about helping each other grow, helping each other maximize their benefits, helping each other understand who we are. It's not to say I don't like to tell people who what I think you should be or whatever. I'm just saying I say, well, this is what I experienced through my disabilities. LT saying this is what I experienced from where I am. You're saying this is what I'm experiencing from where you are. And we're
Right.
able to bring this conversation together for a person to sit here and go, I can, kind of balance everything out,
Hmm.
and come to, and so, and I agree with LT and even what you say, First Mac, is that to get on here and I don't like this B because she's this. I don't like this. Come on. Um, this is not Jerry Springer. Cut that shit out. All right. So knock it out. But anyway, brothers, and I know LT had to bounce out of here. Magnum, man, I am telling you, you made my fucking day. I haven't heard from you in a while, brother. You better come up on here because the last time I remember, I was honestly, my feelings were just really kind of fucked up. And I'm trying to sound
What
feminine with
happened?
this, guys. Is it because when you got home from the hospital and you held your dog up and said, "I was happy to see my baby," cats hit me back and go, man, what's up and where is he? And I'm like, you felt that shit too? Let me give shout
Yeah.
out to the goddamn Miss Bacon real quick, real quick. He says my buddy in Oregon, Washington State, she had a lot of other people with those benefits like you do as well. Shouts out to the Bacon, I appreciate it. But yeah, man, no, dog, I'm telling you, when you got home and I was like, now I don't want nobody seeing my boy shit out here like this, right? And so I'm like,
Well,
I'm
that's the
a
reason I
listen,
put it out. That's the reason I put it
yeah,
out was because I wanted people to know, like, this is what
yeah,
might happen to you. Like, I didn't
yeah,
have any clue this was going to happen to me. And when it did, it was the worst thing ever.
yeah.
I can laugh
And what
now.
yeah, what I want you to do with that too is make sure you write down those notes of how you felt. Because yeah, I hear you, brother. You hear me all the time. I'm always coming on here laughing about shit, but I'm like, dude, um, this shit kind of fucked me up. And I'm like,
Forgive me for
oh
laughing, but
man,
that's how I feel. Like I can take
yeah,
damage. I can take damage. I'm just like
yeah,
I'm taking all this shit, and
yeah,
after it's over, it's like, God damn, that was
damn,
bad. Like
that shit
shit.
fucked with me. Ugh. Yeah, and it's like, I gotta deal with this shit and bounce back. And I'm like, okay,
Right.
yeah. So and I want you to know anytime I sent you my phone number through the email.
Mm.
Anytime you're going through some shit and you just need to talk with a motherfucker, you holler at me. But I'm, like I say, I'm not a psychiatrist, nor do I play one on TV. But I'm always looking out for you, brother. Um, I would say it's a few cats. I don't understand why I don't see other people's web pages when you got them in your favorites or whatever
Hmm.
when they come up. And so maybe because I haven't been on, I don't know how they operate this stuff. But you make
Oh,
sure.
people be getting unsubscribed too. So just check to see if you're still subscribed to me because
Mm,
every once in a while they'll unsubscribe people from channels that they're subscribed to for some reason. I
really?
don't know why. Yeah, it
Yeah,
happens to
I
a
gotta
lot of
check it
even
out.
even popular YouTubers that happens to where people are just mysteriously unsubscribed from the channel.
Okay. Let me read this real quick. The goddamn bacon says behind, and I got you set up for tonight. One thing I'll point out is that the red pill, the MG MTO,
MGTOW.
MG2TO. Okay, you got this. Okay, they are being anti-woman, and they're not the same.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So basically,
and
what it is there's red pill, and
yeah.
MGTOW is men going their own way. um, and those are
Oh,
separate from and that's separate from there's being anti-women. That's what he's saying. Red pill is not the same as being anti-women. So there are people who are fringe red pill, or they call themselves red pill, but they're actually
mhm.
anti-women. Red pill
Hmm.
just means that you're aware of female nature and how to interact with it. That's what red pill means. Men going
Oh,
their own way means that, okay, I see where the current society is heading, how dating and relationships is playing out, and I'm just going to back
mhm.
out altogether. So men going their own way just means that they're not dating, they're not actively seeking to interact with women, they're just handling their daily lives, going on about their business.
They're not gay.
They're not gay, they're just
Okay.
not interested
Not
in
dealing with
dating because of
mm,
the current climate. The women
okay,
aren't interesting enough, or they're not meeting
okay,
the qualifications or characteristics, so they're just deciding to back out of the dating market.
okay. Now you guys are gonna probably dog me for this, but I can understand that. I can deal with that because I don't. My thing is, um, love is a two-way street. You gotta have to understand each other. But I'm not gonna be put my ass out there because you want me to buy this, you want me to buy that, you want me to be this. You want no. Um, yeah, I think this Hollywood shit gotten too far. To where
Yeah,
is
I agree.
do you expect a woman to have the perfect boobs, perfect ass, the perfect lips? There's women I met even in Georgia who said they don't even cook and they don't will not cook. And I'm like, well, how do you expect your family to eat? And they told me my man better have a job where he can buy us food. I'm like, really?
You've heard that before?
So, oh, I've heard that. And I said, well, so you want your kids to eat off of what? Um, Artificial food, food that's cooked by a 18-year-old, 16-year-old, you're a 30-year-old woman, and this is what you want. You would say that if another woman, now this is back in the day, and I'm gonna give you
Mhm,
guys this probably hurt some of these women's feelings. Back in the day,
mhm.
if you didn't cook for your man, there would be a woman who will cook for your man if your man is worth some shit. If your man is out there doing his damn job, doing his damn shit, and a woman says, "Well, I ain't cooking for him," I guarantee you. Let me tell you, women, this, and let's get this on the front. There's going to be a man who wants to sleep with you because you got the women parts. Um, as a man, we can get that because we got the male parts. A lot of men don't believe that, but this is the thing. I don't want no woman sleeping with me because I got the man parts. I want a woman who's dealing with me because she understands who I am and I understand who she is. Uh, and right now, as a 100% disabled veteran,
Mhm.
um, I don't give a fuck whether none of you women agree with who I am. I pull in six figures a year without yo bullshit. I can do that. I can pull in almost over six a year without your bullshit. And so the thing is, when we are men, we are human beings. Period. In the United States, we have what we call maintenance and achievements.
Mhm,
Maintenance is I have to wash laundry, I have to
mhm,
clean this house, I have to
mhm,
wash and clean my car, I have
mhm,
to cook. These are maintenance things because If you are a human being, you pee and you poop every day, and that means that you have to have food coming in. And if you're in a household, you're going to have a household that's clean. If I'm pulling in six figures a year and I come home and my household ain't clean and you are doing no work, why do I need you? I can get a maid to do that. I'm just being I'm being upfront, but I'm being rude and I'm being arrogant, but I'm being upfront.
It's not
Because
rude, it's honest.
yeah, because I know cats in LA, in LA.
I had a
If
maid.
you Yeah, I could go to Mexico. I had a Mexico. I had a maid here in the United States. I can go to Mexico and get all that shit done under $300 a month, and
Uh-huh.
that's clothes washing, my house cleaned, shopping. I can get all that shit done under. And this is where we talk about passport bros or whatever. Goddamn bacon is with me. Um,
Right.
but my thing is this: is look, um, it is a compromise. I look at people in the United States. Name me one person in the United States who doesn't have a disability. Now we need to look at mental, physical, disabilities, mental and physical disabilities. So when we go mental, are you watching too much of the NCIS Housewives, the New York Housewives? You're mentally disillusioned because none of that shit happens in the real world. You don't have. I mean, look, uh, having these women putting all this makeup on and acting like they're all looking like this and all that. I call bullshit on that.
You know, it's interesting
Because
that you say that. One of the women from a reality show most recently was seen at a drive-through window. I think it was at like Sonic or something like that.
toe back.
Like she was on a reality TV show. I forget exactly what the name is, and then they showed her.
Uh,
Somebody had a video of her in the drive-through window at Sonic.
toe back.
So
Mhm.
it's all smoke and mirrors. But
Brother, let me
unfortunately,
tell you.
this go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that essentially social media has created a cloud that shows specifically what needs to be seen for profit, for
Yeah.
economic
And
gain.
you know what's held for prospect? I'm gonna tell you now. I want everybody who's listening to this, and I want you to come back to my page and tell me if I'm full of shit when you hear this. What is the motivation for all fake housewife reality shows is confrontation.
Mm,
Would this person like me? Oh no, hell no. Did this bitch say this to me? Now, and then the other thing you need to worry about, understand about this too. These women look like they in glamour land 24/7. Their hair is done. No. That's a bullshit lie. Let me ask you this. This is the Brady Bunch shit. When you saw the husband and the wife wake up and her makeup is perfect and they slept in separate beds. This is back in the 70s and 80s. Now, you guys don't probably get this now, but separate beds. Now, these women, now let me ask you, women, how many times you were in bed with a man that you had a disagreement from and that shit didn't explode at that point in time? But they would use that and go, let's film that and let's show the confrontation. This is a modern day Jerry Springer shit. I lived in LA. I lived in Long Beach. I lived in Compton from the 80s all the way to the 2000s. So if you want to see what fake reality TV is, go to LA. And if you
yeah, I bet.
understand, but let me stop this because I'm on my I'm at my third beer, so I need to cool my jets. But Magnum, man, because LT, thank you for showing up. The goddamn is bacon, my brother. I love you. I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna come into your page within the next 2 days. But Magnum, man, don't you stay a stranger, brother. And I'm glad things are working out for you. And next time you come up, I'm gonna come up in 2 days. You gotta come up live, so at least we can see that you are doing well, man. Last time I remember, you was holding your baby and your dog when you got back from the hospital, and that man,
Man,
that
I
felt good,
would pull her
man.
out of that. I would pull her out of her
No,
room,
yeah,
but I don't feel like it.
no, no, don't do that. My cat's somewhere sleeping around here, and I want her to stay asleep. Because she's a beautiful little girl, but man, cats are different from dogs. She's
Right.
got scratch marks on my arm, and I'm like, nah, I don't play that shit. My dog do that to me, it's on. And dogs don't play like that, but she's a cat. But Magnum. And let me give you shout outs. Magnum, I want you to tell everybody you got your page up now, right?
Right. The Magnum Group.
Okay, so
Magnum Group channel.
let me give
Mhm.
you an introduction before you go there. Magnum, a good veteran, um, a good brother. I've known him. He's been hitting me up way before. I think maybe at 400 something people. He hit me up when I was 200 because I don't hardly ever show up here. But I'm gonna make it a point to show up here because I miss him. Brian Turner. And salute to you and your father and the goddamn is Bacon, Patty J, Vanessa Kitty. I know I'm missing a lot of people, but I want Brian Tay. I want my first man, the Magnum, to tell you what's up. Go ahead, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Well, I'm Magnum. My channel is the Magnum Group. I serve Black veterans, fathers, and essentially people who want to have a broader perspective on life and how to live and treat each other well. My focus is on early childhood development and bringing the kids up in a better environment, a safer environment, a more nurturing environment. As well, I also have audio engineering interest. I create background music for um, Aftermath Production through BusyWorks Beats. And if you'd like to take a listen to some of my stuff, just visit my page or just send me an email at what is it again? Um, Magnum Group Official, MAGNUMGRP Official at gmail.com. That's Magnum Group GRP, excuse me, MAGNUMGRP Official at gmail.com, and I can send you some snippets. Or if you're interested in collaborating with me on some projects, I would be more than happy to, especially if it's something that is geared towards informing and bringing things out to the general populace and to vets, especially those of us who are trying to get our increases. um, Also, you can visit my page, and if you want to support the channel and help us grow, you can send us donations at my Cash App, $ Kenya Debrea. It is on my channel. Just go and visit, take a look at some of the pages, and you'll find it there. Besides that, I really do appreciate SBV for bringing me on, and I really love what he's done for me. And I know it's not just for me, it's for a lot of people. But I get to tell my story, and hopefully, my story can help influence and impact somebody else's life to make the right decisions or to keep pushing forward. So, thanks again, SBV. And if you have anything else you wanted to bring up, I thank everyone for watching and supporting the channel. Thanks.
Hang with me, my brother. Real quick,
Yes, sir.
salute to the goddamn is bacon. Yeah, I'm actually putting in some IPA with that tomato juice. And I have to be very careful about that, guys, because this is what I'm drinking with. Um, but also to Lieutenant Brian Taylor and his father, much respect. Also to Patty J for and Kitty, first Kitty. But yeah, no, thank you, brother. It's anybody else, Brian Taylor, the bacon. I know you guys are probably off here, but we're gonna go ahead and jet out. I love you guys and thank you so much. Magnum, I'll be up in probably 2 days, if not less than that. But anything that's going on with you, please, man, stay in touch, okay?
Absolutely. I appreciate you having me on,
Uh,
and everyone else, y'all have a great night. Peace.
Appreciate you, my brother. Everybody else, have a wonderful night. This is the Seattle Black Veteran, and we are out. I love you guys, and thank you so much to everybody, especially my man, the first Mag, and Brian Taylor, and Patty J, and the first goddamn Bacon. All right, you guys have a good evening.